Hello, and welcome back after an unfortunately longer delay for more Borderlands D&D. So, last we were here, we're going to rewind the clock a little bit just to give everybody a bit more of a heads up where we were. Everybody remembers our fun, lovely fight with Apollo that happened after a lovely little shall we say highway robbery, and Grand Theft Auto, and technically espionage. Unfortunately, the gang that you were doing this for seemed to have turned you in. You had a fun fight with Apollo. Buildings may have been slightly leveled. People were lit on fire. And it was played off, at least to the general public, by pretending it was a shoot for a movie. For the lovely Pyroraptor versus Infernus Ranger. After sneaking off, sitting down, trying to get a bit of healing and get a little bit of the toasties less toasty. Billy Cat, sorry. Some miracles performed. They now know how to de-toast your bread. Cool stuff, alright. You guys got a hold of Dakin after he had bailed on the fight, not wanting to deal with all of that. Did a little bit of back and forth. He said he was now at the vault and was taking a look around. You guys slept the night off, continuing to heal up a little bit, when somebody came to pick you up in the morning in a van on the way over to the vault. Y'all got tacos. Feels very important, honestly. And a couple of med packs and stuff. Arriving at the vault, talking to Dakin and his assistant. Only him and his assistant went down in the vault with you as you guys continued down, dealing with faulty elevators, plummeting, the power in the vault flickering heavily. Unfortunately, finding out why the power in the vault was flickering heavily. Okay. Why the power of the vault was flickering heavily. Unfortunately, finding out the source of that, and a lovely, massive multitude of ratches that were mutated by whatever was also causing the power leakage. After a bit of fleeing from those as they started to pour out in the hundreds of hundreds, you all managed to get to another side of something, shut the door, barricade it off, continue farther into the vault where you looted some decent bits of equipment before finding the vault door itself. Leaking from the door was a bit of a residue fusion stuff. After a little bit of careful testing, found it explosive, cleared it out, prepped yourselves, got the recorder set up, opened the vault, and out came a lovely centipedal vault monster with dozens of arms coming out of places that shouldn't have arms. Unfortunately, with a very explosive mucus situation. After a fight with that left you guys bouncing all over the room, including at one point the assistant busting out some of Barry's secrets, it seems. You guys managed to defeat the vault monster before opening the door, going inside, and pilfering all of it, including a very, how should I say, centerfold, kind of impressive weapon. There's a bit of a pole arm with a more Kanabo-style ending of a bit of a cylinder and metal studs coming out of it all. The studs themselves seem to be made more of an iridium, whereas the rest of the base and body seem to be made out of the metal. You guys decided to leave, leaving that for last, in case that something had to do with that, because Crystal had taken a look around and a look at the flow of the energy in the vault. After looting for a little bit, some talks were being had. People sat down with Dakin and tried to see how he was feeling in the situation, and he was just kind of in awe that you guys had managed to do it. Unfortunately, while this was happening, or maybe fortunately, our two siren friends were taking a trip over to where the vault door itself was, or shall I say the interdimensional barrier that is the portal for these two sections of reality. Taking a look down and seeing how the energy pooled and welled, both of them decided to reach down and see if they could connect. Again, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, they in fact could, before finding themselves grasping an understanding on a scale they had not before, as they started to look at an interweaving web of energy that spanned the galaxy. One person decided to try and push themselves across the web as far as they could to see what happened, and the other decided to take a long, hearty sip. Unfortunately, one of those was a bit more damaging to the others and immediately caught the attention of some people as the vault started to flicker, including their door and exit out. So, while the two sirens tried to force themselves on the cosmic scale to understand things that they shouldn't be able to, and maybe causing a slight bits of headaches, The teammates decided to rip them out, pull them out, and succeeded before the barrier shut off. You guys quickly exited afterwards, which turned out to be a good idea, as shortly after you got out, the vault door out of existence. The crumbling pieces of it starting to fall and lean back off of the platform you guys had originally opened it on. Taking a little bit of a stroll out, looking for a room to sit down and take a breather on, you did discover something kind of concerning. Outside in the rooms, where the hive had been originally, you discovered just piles and piles of fine, gritty dust mixed with gray and specks of purple throughout. While sitting down and trying to figure out what would happen, Tanya noticed at the tips of her fingers where she was touching the ground and running up through her hands a little bit are these fine scar-like crags running up. And unfortunately, she's still got a bit of an appetite, it feels like. However, that is where we are at currently, as everybody has left the vault and resting in the room. You guys had a little bit of time to start identifying some of the objects to the best of your ability, and hopefully when you get up top to the surface, Clay will be able to help you finish identifying said objects to the best of his ability. You guys did have a short rest. You could roll some stuff, get all that back, enjoy that. It's a lovely time. The short rest is not interrupted. If you guys had anything you wanted to bring up during or after it, we're picking up here.
Sounds like we're good.
Yes, that's what I said. We're picking up like here at the short rest time.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
That was me
did not
saying I
clarify
don't
that
think
well.
that people are saying anything.
Oh.
Also, like everyone was also muted pretty much. So Thaddeus, if you have anything to say, you were muted.
So we're right now in the middle of getting a short rest.
This is like in or after. The short rest will go off without a hitch. I'll go ahead and give you guys that.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering. So I'm pretty bad here, guys.
Will you get your short rest HP back?
Exactly.
I didn't know if we were gonna get. Oh, look, surprise! Punched in the back of the fucking head.
I'm giving you the short rest. I'm telling you that now, so you don't have to worry about that.
That's what I was asking.
That just makes it more likely that you are about to in fact do that. Just
Yeah, but we'll have our health back for it. I don't know if Crystal wants to say anything about the experience, or if she's still a bit starstruck.
It's just the end of the short rest, right? So you've had an hour or so.
This is like during and the end. You can talk during any of it. Like I said, the short rest is going to be yours to have for free. Just that's the time period we're in. I'm not making a specific one there.
are they gonna go and say anything?
I
Fucking hurt. Fuck that thing.
If not,
Dakin is currently
talk
tending to his
lady.
unconscious assistant.
Oh, she's just.
Oh wait, I forgot. Fuck, am I Schmied or am I Alistair?
I think you're Alistair.
I believe Alistair came back during the fight due to the fear effects.
Oh yeah, because he called Schmied a bitch.
He did.
Sit there and bandage up Tanya's hands some while she's got a break.
Oh yeah, I got eaten.
You did.
Again.
First
So
time
did
as
Nessa.
Alistair. Yeah, because I jumped in to save Nessa and then I got downed and think, who saved me? Was it Barry?
No, I think Nessa pushed you out so you could get healing.
I think the fight ended, and then we just kind of took care of everything.
Yeah.
Nessa was
Well, not
also
yet.
eating. It was kind of a team, multiple people trying, getting the thing open to get you out.
You guys were prying
Okay.
from the outside to get him out. Nessa was pushing.
I
I
thought
think
I jumped in
Amtech
to
were
save
pushing
Nessa.
you out. You did jump in, but the problem is jumping in downs you.
Yeah.
And they started
Any-
pushing you out while everybody started pulling you guys out.
Any, Thaddeus, any notable differences for Crystal in terms of way she's acting in this period?
I didn't feel too many of those days. If anything,
If it,
Crystal would be really just bonded, disappointed. Disappointed, probably the better word.
I feel like it would be safe to say that like this web, that cosmic web. It's kind of like, you know how like you look at a sun too long or a bright light too long, it leaves like an imprint on your vision for a little bit. I feel like that web would still be imprinted on your vision to an extent for the moment. It is fading, but it's still just there every time you close your eyes.
He flashbanged himself with an Elder Scroll.
Basically.
So the witches be looking weird, and I imagine Barry is gazing lustfully at his new hammer.
We're up at the point where I realize, wait, didn't that girl go and use it stuff as me? Hey, Dakin! Is she also from my monastery? I just didn't recognize her. Or she learned it elsewhere?
Not from your monastery. We actually were bored and kind of trying to figure it out.
From the scroll?
A little bit.
Me?
Obviously not quite as effective as all of yours is, but we got a little bit out of it.
Okay, Matt. What do I know about the rules of this? Like, is this allowed? Like, do we just, like, yeah? Like, they teach people
I
if
don't
they
think
want to
it's
learn?
come up. Most people don't want to figure it out because the end results, if you mess it up, are messy.
I mean,
Like, an explosion going off internally messy can happen.
you know, Dakin, I don't think that's actually come up before. Most people don't really want to learn because if it goes wrong, it can be very messy.
Yeah, we found that out, but managed it well enough, I think.
I mean, I could probably give a few tips if you want to know a bit more about it. So,
I'll leave that up to her. I'm not trying it personally. I like my organs where they are. And having watched somebody cough one up, I don't want to try.
It's a very fun technique to be able to do. What a party trick.
Yes, great way to start the party. See this glass, watch me magically make it disappear. Boom! Actually, yeah, that does sound kind of fun now that I say it out loud.
I know, right? Oh. I mean, I don't think it was actually... On one hand, it's the type of thing that you'd think that people would be angry about. Oh, you took our secrets and you learned it yourself. I don't think anyone's ever actually come up. So I don't think anyone would actually be too upset with it. At all. Of course, I'm not. I'm not sure.
Fair enough. Well, like I said, anything like that is going to have to be between you and her. I am not seeing anything for her, as I just watched her explode a crater into something.
Yeah. Is she okay? Barry just kind of peers over, just like...
You can see remnants, looking at her, like remnants from like the hands where she had let out the blast, like some burn marks running up it, obviously some kind of blast back from it, but it could be from, it's hard to tell if it's from her ability or because she punched the explosive mucus.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any like life-threatening wounds though. It just seems to be a lot of backlash from like a shockwave of explosives.
Yeah. Well, if you want to go and give me your, if you want to give her my number in case she has any questions about that, she's kind of using that a bit differently than I do. It'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out how you maintain the charge. That's like we can't do that yet. But that's, like I said, up to her.
Yeah. Oh, well. Barry kind of goes and wanders off to go and gaze one adoringly at his new weapon.
Caressing it lightly.
He's not let the damn thing go since he got it.
I'm going to reel back before we make jokes that'll be problematic. All right, continuing on.
You don't want to make Thaddeus cringe?
I don't want to cause problems for Varric's channel. I don't know what we can and can't get away with.
Most of that stuff you're fine. You just can't like...
It's showing it.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Fair.
Also, maybe don't like fine detail. But
I did
general
not plan
detail?
on fine detailing.
I'm just saying what you can and can't do.
You're saying we can't read erotic novels on your channel?
Like, maybe don't moan.
Damn. Brewer's gonna be so sad.
Like, don't do the things where you could, paywall that shit. But
Yeah,
for the most
don't
part,
do
you're
the.
fine.
Yeah, I get what you're saying here.
Yep. We unfortunately understand.
No feet.
All right, so we shall move on while Barry firmly grasps his
But that's
shaft.
personal.
Continue, guys.
It's a two-hander.
Is he applying linseed oil?
Rigorously. Alright. We've had a minute to rest up. Let's check out the rest of this place, see if there's anything
Hold on,
else
cat
worth
note.
a damn. And then... I have no idea, honestly.
Has Bertram switched out his armor?
Yes.
Just while people are resting, just
Everybody getting stuff
Ready
passed
to go.
around, geared up.
Yeah, that was probably done during the here's this, gear, bag, gear.
Terry over there practicing with his glaive and totally not fumbling it a couple times.
Barry might go and give him a few pointers if he wants.
Fair enough.
Teach him how to use it
Might
like a
actually be
sledgehammer.
useful. A half might just be funny to look at.
Ooh, indeed.
All right.
Let's go through and see what's what.
That going through them getting put back up together. I'm gonna say you guys can go through. I think Dakin said he's got it. Basically, is like, well, I mean, like while you guys do this part, I think I'm gonna get her up top out of the general blast zone, if anything, if that's okay with y'all. We'll wait up top for you for a little bit, though.
If you seal it, I'm gonna kick your ass.
I don't plan on sealing it. We just got the vault done.
I know.
Why would I do this now?
I don't know.
because you want to be a statue?
Be a good time. Be a real good time.
I really don't want to be a statue, actually.
Keep in mind, I mean, I honestly don't think that you would, but on the other hand, it does need to be said. Points at Crystal and Tanya, they can be very vengeful. Just for all of our sakes, we don't have to do with that. Let's not.
It's a moment of lock eyes with Crystal, and you just have that understanding passive, oh, I know.
Alright, I still need to go punch Dakin once.
Tanya taking a sip from a blood canteen.
With that note, bye!
Bye. I'm looking.
Alright. If you guys want to take a look through the area, like I was going to say here is, between the fact that you guys already looted a lot of the stuff in this place, and somebody did massive infrastructural damage to this place, there really isn't much left to like loot or find or pilfer. Anything that was bot-like seems to have been destroyed either by this, or, more often than not, probably by that swarm that was cycling through everything.
They were hungry.
As there are a lot of random mangled Iridian pieces.
Are any of the pieces look like they might be useful?
They can give you a hand. A leg up on the competition, maybe. Most of them aren't going to be able to say stuff with their chest.
Well, I mean, seriously though, is there any actual, like, how rare is any of this metals? Like, could you go and sell any of this for decent money, or just for salvage it?
Possibly.
Anything that's useful? I pose this question to the group at large. Just
Overall, yeah,
Yeah,
I think so, but the issue is it's large, and unless we have a specific thing for it, you know? As weird as it sounds, money hasn't really been the thing per se, and I don't know how easy that'd be to, like, smelt into other stuff. We can get some if you want to carry it around. The next time we find something hot enough to melt it, we can try it, but I don't know how hot that will be.
I just mean more like just sell it as like scrap. Like
Absolutely,
it might be
but
valuable enough to sell, or is it just like it's like a little bit goes a lot like iridium? A little bit goes a long way. But I mean, it's the stuff that iridium made the robots.
absolutely yes. But money's a weird thing, as in we haven't really had too much issue with that through much more normal means.
I'd like to point out that my grenades and explosives were rather pricey at times. I also need to restock again.
Then I'm sure that there are means to do that. I mean, hell,
Oh, I'm sure there will be.
there's a non-zero chance we're going to go ruin the lives of a certain gang institution here for the fucked up bullshit they pulled. So they probably have your money.
Where's the explosives? Yeah. Fair enough. Thumbs up.
That said, though, as for the actual materials, if you want to be the one to carry them around, I'm somewhat decent at forging some things. That said, I don't know what I could do that Nessa couldn't.
I mean, I could just go and take some stuff around if anybody wants to go and mess about with it later.
You want to carry stuff, carry stuff.
Strip
Sure.
some metal, let's go.
I apparently just go and grab some iridium metal bot pieces and bots and such, Matt, for
Let's say
people you're gonna mess with later. Make a roll it up. Roll
let's
or
say
something?
like 5. It's a pilfered amount, like a prolific amount, just kind of littered with everything that's been damaged. So it's just the metal of it all. If you want to keep it within a reasonable, like not hard to carry amount of stuff, let's say like 6 units of this, meaning like you can use 6 projects out of this iridium metal. Just to keep it so you don't have a whole like massive clump of it just in a backpack on your back, clanking constantly.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna. I'm probably like just gonna leave with Clay whenever we meet up with
Clay's
him
on
again.
a different planet.
I know, so I said meet up with him again. We spent a large amount of time with them. We need to get that down nearby. Also, I don't really know where else we might. Also, what I'm doing is can we just be walking and talking then, I guess?
I'm assuming.
That was
Assuming,
kind
yeah.
of the whole thing. that was happening and not-
Sorry, mine broke for a second. Yeah,
that's fair.
obviously we're doing that. It's been weird. I don't really know where else we could possibly stash stuff at, though. Like Clay's dad. Oh.
They're also busy over in Eden. In the meantime, let's just get out of this pit.
Yeah. I actually just meant more like so we can kind of have stuff to go and fall back to, or also don't have to carry all this with us just all the time. Just. Yeah. Carry on.
All right. So, making your ways up top, again, indeed, not sealing the place because he has a very healthy interest in not being a statue, is Dakin. And the assistant now waking up some. Kind of groggy looking, but awake.
Once we're at the top of the elevator, I'm going to turn over to Turing and say, okay, you're kind of sort of incredibly noticeable as you currently are. But I did notice that you did destruct yourself. Since the elevator top was near like actual like city level, do I have service on my devices?
As you get towards the top of the elevator, yes.
Can I pull up a diagram of a sentinel bot? Or a surveyor, sorry.
Oh, like the Hyperion surveyor kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Deploying shields.
Want to try to mimic one of these?
Here's the D20. It's going to just steady hits. look over it. And after a moment, it just, you see it like start to like fold in as pieces of it start to the little like destruction just breaks down. Some of the pieces come back and fold in, and it's not going to be perfect under close examination. It'll be very obviously not a surveyor bot, at least not a known model. But it like starts to fold out, pieces come in, it starts to split into the like little like X-wing situation almost a bit, and it looks a lot more like a general surveyor bot instead of a floating alien being.
GE.
Yeah, it should probably work. Well enough, anyway.
Well, it doesn't look like an Iridian robot anymore, so good enough for me. Thumbs up.
At a close look, people will be able to tell it's Iridian tech.
Ooh.
But they aren't probably going to look at that immediately and go, that's a Vault Guardian bot. That's a fucking Vault Guardian, bro.
Weird robot is better than...
Oh, Guardian.
Yes, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, they'll be able to tell you messed with something really messy and potentially scary, but it's not just, oh, fuck.
Nah, man, those are just purple LEDs.
Got that undercarriage light going on.
Turing, download 30-inch rims.
I frown. Look it over.
Speaking of...
Do you have any weapons?
Oh, go ahead. Starts and then fails and starts and fails to construct something.
I'm just gonna get into the bag, pull out the iridium rifle none of us claimed. You guys mind if I just... Yeah.
If you just what?
I, like, motion that I'm gonna give it to Turing.
Wait, what is it?
The iridium rifle we got down there.
Push-pull rifle. Displacement.
Oh, yeah, sure.
For context of anyone following along, we were given a big list of items from loot and distributed it before session to make things simpler.
From our context, it's a rifle that's really good at pushing and pulling and saying, that's a ledge. Be a shame if something were to happen.
Would this help?
Us.
I offer it out.
It looks at it, it sits down. Let's see if it can integrate it. It likes integration as the thing starts to destruction, like to break down and dissolve in your hands before eventually it forms something out. As it seems to have integrated the rifle. As a barrel forms, like it pops out of like the underbelly of it all and runs down along it. And then it destructs it back up into itself.
Hand on chin.
Digistruct, it's not quite the same, just for context. This isn't them doing what you guys do for Digistruct. It just is very similar in effect.
Hand on chin.
Probably not in
nods. Thumbs up.
And it like bobs once.
Okay, that handles that. Let's go.
In every game, you collect robots.
You giving me robots. I take her the robots.
I don't blame you.
I tried to give her the robot to Max. She didn't want the robot.
It's okay, I don't blame you. I'm just saying.
He collected a goblin and a dwarf.
I collect people. It's weird.
Speaking of people in your collections of them all, hey, Tanya.
Eh?
Message.
Hold on, is that like one thing going off, or just a string?
No, that's each time I said that is another one.
Hey, I was gonna call Clay anyways. Is it from Clay?
It's mostly from Clay. Basically, the translation goes from "that's cool" to "fuck" to "no, please don't."
And this is response to
the myriad of process of pictures you were taking at the start to the end.
See, I didn't know if the ones at past the elevator where the connection got through would.
You told me at one of the things that you had it queued up so they would send when you got service. Okay. And since you're at the top, they went through, and he's basically replying as each new one comes into him.
Oh, hey, that means he gets the thing of, like, the monster and then, like, the stuff from inside of the Iridian area. Inside the vault.
And the last one is just going to be, you're the reason I'm going to be an alcoholic.
I'm just gonna put Clay on call here for a second. Easier that way. Just call Clay if available.
Okay, you call Clay, and it picks up relatively quickly, as you hear it pick up with a bit of a thud, and then another thud, and then another thud, and you kind of get the feeling that he answered the call because he was lightly smacking his head off the table, and therefore the echo device in front of him.
Hey, Clay!
It stops. Hello.
How you
Everyone.
doing?
Well, I was doing pretty alright, and then somebody decided to send me something that, I'm concerned.
Why? You knew we were gonna go open a vault.
Opening a vault, and then sending me a swarm of weird biomutated shit is a whole different ballgame.
I don't know about that.
And one of the things was included that the power was kind of iffy in there, and you went through a door.
Uh-huh.
You could have been shut in there, you know.
Take a picture.
We had fun.
I'm gonna lose this one. I know I'm gonna lose this one. Okay.
Did we get a picture of Barry's Iridium Kanabo thing?
If you wanted to easily.
Oh yeah, that definitely would have been in there then.
Barry definitely would have
Anyone
posed
get-
with his weapon of destiny.
Did anyone get maimed, murdered, or killed?
Does Eden count?
Is there lasting injury?
Nope, he came back.
Tanya looks at her hands a second. Don't know.
Oh yeah, your hands are kind of.
Okay, this is a yes or no question. I don't know does not fall into yes or no.
Her hands are all kind of cracked and glowy. They look still glowy?
I'm a bit burnt out on healing juices at the moment, so I don't know if I can fix this or if I'd have to heal naturally.
I mean, she seems to be using her hands just fine.
Iridian overdose? Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that later when after I process some things a bit more.
I mean, this
You know what?
swarm
Fair
did
enough.
get-
I need to process this whole day,
Fair
apparently,
enough.
with a huge bottle of whiskey.
2, please.
What?
2, please.
Alistair,
Ah.
that's one.
This is a call.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, he's telling you
Sure.
drink another bottle for him.
You know what? I can do that. 2 it is.
Unbandage one of her hands and send a picture of it to Clay.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Me either. Been real twitchy.
How did you do that? You're your kind of like flavor and taste of sourness supposed to be really resistant to that kind of stuff. What the hell did you do?
I think she tried to eat the vault.
Deep breath moment from him.
I don't know if
Yeah, like I
that's
said, I
actually
was
she tried,
gonna
but
You
let
can
things
see
process a
the
bit more
gray
and kind
hair
of figure out what's going on.
I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't just the vault, but all the vaults, I think.
It was like a beautiful system of stars in the sky, going all the way across in multiple different ways. And now I don't feel as right in my own skin.
what?
And
Worrying?
hungry. Very
That's even more
hungry.
worrying. Do you want?
Why
Who
is it?
would you want to turn some people to statues? 'Cause I think
it's
there were
kind
some
of-
very rude people who sicked Apollo on us.
Oh, It's definitely more the statue kind, but it's also kind of like a deeper, different kind. Sort of like something just gnawing at the back of your mind that you can't get rid of. Like I said, I'm processing some things. Also, sorry if I get a bit hangry. My hands still kind of hurt.
Yeah, I don't know where to start with that. Besides, what the fuck were you thinking trying that?
I don't think there was thought, just instinct.
Which would be weird, because you think that desire and whatever any instinct for that, it wouldn't be something that would be hurtful. It'd be something that you'd be wanting to do.
It might just be her flavor of siren. I did try to steal it. It just didn't work.
Oh, you tried to do a thing too. Okay.
It just didn't work.
Yeah, like each siren kind of has their own flavor, desire, running motivation, features, all that jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Don't do that again.
Didn't really mean to. Just kind of happened.
No promises.
It was kind of like being in a dream where things just sort of happen and you're just kind of there for the ride. And you're kind of thinking what's happening, but the body's just doing their own thing. Tasted good, though.
Okay, that's a thing. That's a thing. That is, in fact, a thing. Okay.
So how are you? Aside from the drinking and headbutting a wall.
Well, I should be ecstatic, because y'all gave me a lot to work with. But however, I am in fact going to wait until tomorrow and 2 bottles of whiskey. Now.
Turing's doing well. He's got some new stuff.
I also got like a bag full of
I
also got like a bag of iridium metals and everything. If you have a bunch of metal with that, I'd actually see you.
If you have any left, yeah, that'd be awesome.
We also got raw
take that.
iridium crystals.
Oh, that's a rare one, but I will also help you with that.
So yeah, I thought that would make you feel better.
It doesn't.
Oh.
Well, I tried.
How about a hug when we get back? If I'm allowed to give those. I don't know if I can right now. I haven't touched anyone else. I don't really want to try.
We'll see how I feel tomorrow about all that.
Well, should we find some, forget where this oh so lovely gentlemen were that, introduced us to Apollo once again?
You actually want to have a revenge quest, I imagine talking to Dak would be your quickest way to get that info.
Also, how's Dakin looking at all this is being said?
Honestly, Dakin, overall, pretty solid. He didn't get fucked up that bad in the fight.
No, I meant to what's being said here.
He's just... He was in the vault with you at this point. That's old hat news. He's just rolling with the punches now.
He's just nodding, okay.
Re-solidifying my options to not get turned into a statue. Or dropped into the ground, to teleported to a moon. I think he's just kind of reevaluating it. Like, this whole group, they're on the do not list. Just do not.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got a guy we might be able to call later.
Yeah? Well, we might want to go take a break.
Said he was going to be on Promethea, I think. It's been a while.
We're going to have a nice rest first, but, we find a nice, if you made a few statues first. Would you feel better before you went to rest before then?
No, let's rest first. I don't know if my powers are burnt out or in overdrive, and I'd also like my fingies to work better and not be crispy.
Fair enough.
Perhaps, would it be a thing to say, would you reach for them just a little bit while you're talking like that?
What? Reach for?
You think? Yeah, her
Your powers.
siren powers some.
She tried that last time at one point, and I think you described it as kind of just like a backlash hurt.
Yeah, like it would be like the crag spots feel like they're like
Yeah.
something in them is burning up a bit. Like they're like it's like when you have like a. Have you ever had like dried skin or cracked skin? Not cut, cracked.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that if something was like slightly whitening it.
Yeah, I think I need some time to heal up. Ooh. Nesta, you got any of them healing shots from any of your bots?
I should.
Science healing works different than magic healing, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I have one. You need one?
Could you fix my hands, please, or give me a little bit?
You want me to like stab it in your hands?
However it works. I don't know if you just kind of pour it on there or stab it at, or if it's a little dart or something.
What? How does it work, Matthew?
Usually it's an injection, but you could probably have some other effect if you wish.
I have medicine. I can do this. I will. She's gonna take her hand and she's gonna like. Are you sure?
I have been shot and turned into Swiss cheese multiple times. This should be fine.
Okay. She's gonna stab her in the hand with the health vial.
There. As she does, and the lovely healing juices start to seep in, I would say it doesn't close any of the cracks, but like that dull ache that's through it, like with your heartbeat,
Yeah.
does lessen.
Okay. Huh.
You have this innate feeling that you've done something to change that's not going to go away, but you don't know what yet.
Well, we'll find out what this does later.
So,
Dulled the pain a little.
Huh? So we gonna find a place to go and rest for the night? Or, well, rest of the day? It's a bit of a tiring thing. What time is it, actually?
It is sunny o'clock out.
You were going to talk to
the
Daka.
day-night cycle. The day-night cycle here is determined by an asteroid belt going above.
Exactly. That is why it is sunny o'clock right now.
What time does the EchoNet say it is?
Universal Standard, or sorry, Galaxy Standard. It is probably around 3 in the afternoon.
You know, I don't care. I want a nap. I just want to go to sleep. Let's, want to go and... I want to get more explosives, then we go to sleep. If we can figure the rest of this out afterwards when we wake up again. Sound good to you guys?
Yeah. How's your leg from that thingy, Terry, that grabbed you?
Talking me or Terry?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that bit?
How's your leg from that thing that grabbed you? Talking to Terry.
Kind of tender, going to scar, but better than it could have been. So I'm pretty alright.
Didn't Terry grab some of the armor?
No.
I thought we gave Terry some of the armor.
Regardless, I went after it anyways.
Yeah, no, I mean afterwards.
You guys gave him an artifact and a glaive.
Oh.
I don't know what to
Terry
Medina
wants
in there.
it.
And actually, if you guys pay attention right now with the higher perceptions, you could look over and see his R's are in fact swirling right now with different colors.
Wait, he's what?
Is what?
His eyes are in fact swirling with
Oh.
different colors
Terry's? Oh yeah, from the.
from the kaleidoscope.
Is that a thing he can just turn on and off?
It lasts forever.
It is literally just a
Okay.
bonus action to swap. It just has trade-offs.
Kind of wave a hand in front of his face.
Yes.
Your eyes are like a disco.
Yeah, the world is like a disco right now.
It's like you're having a fun time.
Oh yeah.
Well, you got some new gear.
I need some weed. I need some weed with this. That's
What about
that's
that?
a different kind of problem.
What about alcohol? That's easier to get here.
That is fun, but also viable.
I think you might be able to get weed here. Well,
Probably
once
could.
we, get out of the pit.
Let's find a place to stay first. I think.
Also, wait. Didn't they stream the vault thing?
Dakin did. He put it up to like upload when it was done, technically, because well, you didn't have service.
Bandits got the.
So as in, it's
Bandits
been
got me smoking that Iridian Vault weed.
it's already gone up and it's circulating, right?
Yes, he said he was going to upload it.
Did also claim
What's the general public's reaction to?
Hold on. He
Yes.
asked if you wanted it to, and nobody said anything.
I mean, I'm fine
I
with it.
assumed that we said yes. Thought we said
Yeah.
yes. He was going to blur them.
Oh, he did, yeah.
He offered it, but nobody immediately said anything, and then the fight started. I mean,
Yeah,
to be
no, we're
fair,
fine.
y'all were pretty covered up still, if I think. If I remember it all right.
Yeah.
We'll say he blurted it if that was supposed to have been said and it just got missed somewhere along the way.
Let's say he what it? Yeah.
Remember? But I thought.
I said I'll say that if it was supposed to have been blurred along the way. I don't remember ever hearing anybody say
Blurred?
that,
No, I don't think so. What? No, I just meant like if he had uploaded it or not yet. 'Cause
yeah.
Yeah, so now I'm just gonna go and look and see what people's reaction were. I'm pretty sure we just out and out just us just kind of did this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the general reaction? The first vault being opened in like a century.
The most immediate reactions is mostly people. It's a combination of things. I would say the biggest amount of people currently looking through the comments don't believe it's real.
Why would they?
But there are a handful of people in the comments saying, I don't know, we just had a fucking earthquake, and I live near where that's supposed to be, and we don't have earthquakes.
Anyway, to prove that it was in fact a vault.
At the moment, no, unless you did a live stream, but the problem is service down there gets iffy.
Yeah.
And even then, it's easy to fake things in this day and age of technology.
Yeah, true.
All right,
Yeah,
someone get on there and post it as part of the new Ranger movie.
Was there any signs that it would be signs afterwards? Like I know that when they first opened the vault or whatever in one or something, Iridium fucking started popping up everywhere.
Yes
Was
Was there
and
any
no.
after
In the
effects
first
like
one,
that?
in the first one, it caused a big explosion of things, but that is also because that is the first vault being opened, and they opened the vault
Yeah.
of the Destroyer. In follow-up games, opening vaults didn't seem to have such a global shift in effects. So right now, the thought process I think is that that first one was so big because it was the first one, and it was the Destroyer's vault.
I mean, there was still, I thought, some signs or something that could be seen. Or
Yeah, usually the
noticed.
sign was a giant monster crawled out.
I mean, you make a valid point, man. You make a valid point.
Usually the sign was a giant monster.
Oh,
If Barry's looking at the thing and making a big, or bit of a whatever about it, then yeah, you can probably go prove it by going off and playing with your new toy there. But do keep in mind that a lot of the people on that recording are also very wanted by people that are very capable, or at least have resources to hire people that are very capable.
That's all of us.
I know.
that's all of us.
That's
They're
my
already
point.
after us anyways.
And that tells them where.
Oh yeah, but you already kind of knew that.
Yeah, I
They
think
already
he's
knew
gonna
that
have.
because we just killed Apollo like yesterday.
Yeah, but we got the movie cover on that. That's questionable. If people think this is real, they'll be coming for us and probably pretty quick. Especially with the headquarters here.
add into the fact that people can easily disappear in cities.
Knew that we did this because we killed Apollo. They knew that they sent him after us.
There's a
They know it's
difference
not the movie.
between knowing that they're on a planet and knowing where on that planet they are.
Well, yeah,
Terry will reach over.
Planning leaving.
Terry will
Like,
reach
aren't
over
we-
and grab Nessa's hand,
The process
saying, "I
leaving?
need to borrow this for a second," and lift it.
Wait, what?
He just says, "I need." Terry just reached over, and says, "I need to borrow this for a second," and just raises your hand.
Aren't we currently in the process
Oh,
of leaving the vault?
Nessa's hand
area
gets
as it is?
raised.
Yes. What is it?
Hey,
Point at
yeah.
Terry.
Don't they already know where we're going because of the whole like game deal was so we could access this, and then they turned us,
Yes.
in.
Which is why
Yeah.
I'm saying we shouldn't
Hello.
stay here.
Those guys, yeah.
We're in the process of leaving as we speak.
I'm trying to get
So
you
we're
to
getting out of
understand
here.
it's more of a we should move quickly and far.
Eric, we know this. We're currently in the process of doing so.
Dylan, you're currently in the process
That's-
of looking at your YouTube video and going, ooh. I'm saying let's get a move on so Matt can narrate more.
Yeah, I know. You're the one who
Okay,
kept bringing
you
it up.
It's okay,
Go.
guys. You can check that out on the way. You guys can be moving. That is no problem.
Yes.
The question is, where would you guys like to go?
Can you get a safe house?
Yeah, no, not really.
Uh,
I am not exactly wanted to the point of needing a safe house.
Well, thanks to that recording.
You probably just changed that. So,
Possibly, but also probably not.
looking at my
Yeah.
character sheet to try and find names of stuff. No,
Because
it's
anyone
not.
who's anyone will look at that, look at the stuff used, not focus on me, probably, too much, and focus on the abilities listed for some of the highest bounties I have seen.
and you make a valid point. Oh. Let's restock on some stuff, find a place to go and hide, lay low for the night, and take off.
There we go.
Or, deal with that gang who betrayed us real quick and then take off. If we are doing
Well-
that, if we're not.
Cromwell said he was going to be on Promethea, right? Or was that somewhere
Did.
else?
Nope, he said he was going to Promethea, did not know you guys were going to be on Promethea.
It was in Cromwell message.
Cromwell again?
Okay,
The guy-
just send him. What do you send him?
The guy. Well, for Dylan first. That was the guy that had the elemental absorption artifact shield that you RPG'd basically all of us in a splash zone, and then he exploded it back just fine. And
Yeah.
The
then
one
two,
in the
and then-
vault in
and then
Oasis.
two sirens chased him down, and he said,
Away.
"You know what? I'm not paid enough for
Yeah.
this."
He made the smart choice, I think.
Yeah.
That's the
Just
only
send
note
him
I
a
have
message.
about him, that he teleported and ran away.
Just send him a message of, like, "Hey, you still on Promethea?"
Why is what you get back.
Looking for a spot to stay for the night before taking care of some business here. Got a safe house or anything?
Possibly. What are you looking to take care of so I know if this house is going to get burnt down or not?
People betrayed us, tried to have us murdered, so we've got some murdering to do in turn.
That feels way too vague. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are they to burn down my safe house?
They're all dead. 0.
Hey, Dak, and how likely are the people we're going to be dealing with to burn down a safe house?
Pretty likely.
On a scale of 1 to 10, would you say like a 7 or 8?
I'd say like an 8.5.
Depends on whether they're
That can-
dead or not.
Dakin says 8.5. Also, I'm with Dakin.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not giving you my good ones, so
Understandable.
I'll give you a coordinate drop. It's kind of shitty, but it is
Okay.
roughly safe.
Safe and a place that can be slept is good enough.
Do not trust the food in the fridge.
He says don't trust the food in the fridge, but I got a safe house possibly.
Oh,
And he'll give you a coordinate drop.
I'll see how difficult it is to get there and then figure out a route.
It won't be too difficult to get through. You basically would have to get up out of this like little like sewer duct area basically that you guys have been dropped into on the highway, drive for a ways, and then you're actually probably going to be popping back down into like the under sewer in the city district regions.
are there any like ammo?
Yes, you can
Okay.
buy ammo. It's
Spending
in
games.
machines along the way.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Yes.
Yep, you can do that.
Just send them back, like, I'll just send them thanks. I'll wire you some money or something, depending on what we find on the bodies.
You get the feeling he's just going to leave that alone and move on with his day. Okay.
You know, we're surprisingly good at meeting new people.
I think it has to do with the forceful abduction, says Decken.
Oh no,
So
this guy
close
just.
you to be here.
I wonder how armored car driver number 2 is doing.
Oh.
Nah, this guy just decided to talk it out. You know, instead of crystal punching him to death.
We clip cut the
I
armored car
really
driver
wanted
number
to.
2.
Yes. How is he doing?
Please do.
He's just, currently out having lunch, enjoying his life.
They've been
Did
running
he
You
ever
can
talk
collection.
about
stream
it?
and just be like, "Oh shit, there's guys."
He's currently watching, the video, the Echo Tube video on the whole vault fight. He's like slurping the end of the drink. He's like, yeah, I think I made the right choice.
See, I'm picturing all the guys that Crystal Bait probably put into the hospital, punching in the back of that van, all kind of like sharing the same hospital room, and seeing that on a little monitor as all their heart rates start to go up.
Guys go into cardiac arrest.
They're also like, yep, made the right choice.
I mean, their choice was shooting at Crystal. That was probably the wrong choice.
They did shoot at me, and I don't know if I got my payback for that.
You grabbed some of their bullets and threw them back.
Are you gonna go burn down a hospital now?
Crushed larynx. Larynx, not enough.
See, that seems a bit extreme. It would definitely get me on a couple wanted lists. More than the
yeah.
one I'm already on.
Have our bounties updated any to be somehow worse?
They
Oh
shouldn't.
yeah, no, they upped some. Crystal's didn't go up dramatically because she was already a known and wanted factor. Nessa's didn't go up dramatically on that.
Theirs are hard to go up dramatically.
There's now a listed one for Tanya, but without the name or face directly on it. It's just listed that the Phase Leech Siren is up and active again, basically.
Why does it sound so much worse than all the other sirens? Like the others sound like, oh, it's a siren, da 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 da. That one sounds
Because
like,
the Phase
okay,
Leech is intentionally designed to
exterminate
drain forces, and that includes life forces.
yeah. No, it just sounds like more like hers. It sounds like, okay. The others are like, yeah, they're free, they're existing. Yeah, that one, okay, go on that one down, kill it.
There
Well, that one
are...
would
It's up again. Go kill it now.
Okay, let me put it this way. Its shittiness is up front and in the light. The other Siren's creepy stuff isn't immediately in the light, but it's there.
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot more visceral reaction to someone, say, teleporting, and then someone, say, statuing a person.
Yeah.
There was also a pretty big event that happened with one.
Yeah, there's also that. But you guys don't know about that. That was a very big event. But yeah, you guys can probably navigate with relative ease to the coordinates.
You take the moon.
And you take the sun.
You take everything I
Nope.
got.
We can't sing.
Gone.
Unless it's horribly out of sync over Discord.
Also that.
To be completely unrecognizable from the original.
But
that
basically,
many
you guys get there. You get to the spot you're at. You go down into the undercity region of this area, like the sub levels. You find an area nearby to basically park the vehicle. Well, actually, no, this isn't your vehicle. You're getting dropped off as Dakin's like, well, have fun. I'm going to go not stay at your safe house. Sorry, but you feel likely to get me blown up, or shot, or stabbed, or any of other things. I'ma just go find my place.
Can you
enough.
tell us anything about that group that we're gonna go hunt down eventually?
I mean, not a lot. They're pretty big. They cover a couple of city districts. Obviously, they're not afraid to fuck with some of the big corporations.
They have any big notable members that we should be wary about?
Yeah, you
Or a
met some of them.
name.
Like
or
the
any
guy that was
names
in
for
charge. There is the good old cinder block of a man that was standing behind him. That hacker will absolutely drain all of your funds and money if he gets on your tail.
What funds? All we have is cash.
For now, they're pretty good at stuff, though.
What? Yeah.
Honestly, that's the big issues with them, or besides the whole just general gang activity, manpower that they have.
I don't want to go kill him.
If we just left, would they go and remember we exist, or it'd be dicks,
Probably, but
anyways.
also they already got paid.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wait, I'm sorry, are you Alistair or Schmied at the moment?
Alistair.
You still might like this. Crystal 2. We could all buy matching white shirts and see who can dye them red first.
Hmm.
I don't do a lot of things that would
Morbid,
dye a shirt red.
You got a bet.
besides the chainsaw buzz axe.
That I haven't been using recently.
And would you punch them in the face and it comes out of their mouth and nose and face?
Usually I punch them with fire, so I cauterize the wounds.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if I do punch through them.
Well, good luck with your gang war, for however successful or not it'll be. I'm gonna go find lunch.
Have fun.
Shuts the van door and starts to trundle off.
Do I want this fan? How attached do they seem to be to this fan? Just out of curiosity.
This van is a piece of shit.
I don't want it.
But it was their grandma's piece
I
of
don't
shit.
want it. But they're just taking off. If we're not in the open, could I just drop them out of it?
Wait, what?
Just
What are you
to
doing?
leave a message.
Fucking with them.
No.
Want to phase it?
I don't know how
Please
in the
don't.
open we are. That
It's
makes
a
all the difference.
subterranean area, so there's probably not very many people around, if any.
Enough. Okay, we're about to go to the safe house. Please don't.
If I wasn't really
Please
safe,
don't.
you show off your abilities outside of it.
Exactly. If you're gonna
Hold
use your
off.
abilities right outside of it, it's gonna be not be very safe.
I'll hold off.
Also,
and
please don't go and make enemies out of our semi-allied person.
he's
please.
punched me
All right,
many times
guys-
and stolen from
I
me.
will punch you.
heading inside.
Would you prefer that?
It's not
Let's go inside. We're going inside. If she does not go inside, Barry's just kind of gonna pick her up and put her inside. We're not doing this today.
I'm stronger than you.
Would you like to try that?
Robot suit thing.
Robot,
Yeah,
we think
yeah.
that's stronger.
I'm going to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that at this point with the talking, the van is
I'm-
out of reach and not
Yeah,
turned
no,
into
not doing it.
projectile 37 to put through the buildings on the other side of the way.
Yes. Thank you.
It was just a
So
consideration.
we're going inside.
Gone just
Fair.
heading
Don't
inside.
steal his boyfriend's car. Now come on, let's go.
A good car anyway.
It really isn't.
No. That's why we were driving it.
Anyways, going overside, taking a look, he basically said, yeah, there's a key in the, like, hanging, what's it called? Like,
Lamp?
the hanging, like, you know, like those plastic, they, like, what was it? Like, plastic lamp covers you put over something, like, you put over a light to, like, it glows and illuminates it, like you could put a pumpkin thing over it in Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like one of those, but it's a skag head shoved over. He basically says, yeah, pull that off and there should be a key taped to the inside.
Mm-hmm.
You guys open it up, and it is a dingy, beaten down hideout with a couch that looks like it's been through too much. A TV that somehow probably shouldn't function, but it probably will. Kitchen in the back, fridge shut, but untrustworthy.
Remember,
a
he
couple-
did say don't go in the fridge.
It's like
Sarah
don't-
turns on the
musty
TV,
smell.
lounges on the couch, and eats some jerky.
Okay. Musty smell kind of like leaks through as you guys start to look through the house. You can hear some of like basically the rumbling of cars above hand as it just goes overhead.
Man, I would have
But,
really liked to shower. I don't think that's an option here.
There's a shower.
Maybe let it run for a bit before you touch the water.
Out of curiosity, does it just run that rusty brown when turned on immediately?
For a moment. For a moment. Or
All right.
3.
But does it smell funny?
A little bit. I think a little
You know
bit's
what?
fair.
Yeah. Might be hard to tell from the rest of the building, anyways.
Honestly, maybe.
And
As
just
you guys
a-
are settling. Oh, yep, absolutely.
Just real quick.
Investigation check.
Just thinking about it. 19 total.
19 total. Doesn't seem to be anything in here. This seems to be the concept of off-the-grid hideout place. For the most part. And adding tracking devices just means other people usually get into those tracking devices.
Mhm.
Sorry. Surveillance devices, I should say.
Especially when they said the other groups have experienced hackers up among them.
Correct. That was one of the warnings. Actually, interesting bit though, as you guys are sitting down. Bertram,
Hello.
on your old Echo, I believe you had 2 still, if I'm remembering correctly.
I think I have the one I got forever ago from the
Lance?
No, I have my own. I never got a new one from them. And then the other one I have is the jailbroken one from the random repair guy from the lab that I
Correct.
got Schmoot and whatever James's character was out of.
True. So on the main, I think on your main one then here is what you would get this on. You get a message
Okay.
coming through that has a little video attachment from the Bully Mongler 6969.
My God, man. Check it out. Check it out, but be warned. Be wary. It's like Okay.
So you click it on, and immediately the first thing you notice is there are no jubilant trumpets of joy that you were worried about. However, there is a different worry, maybe. As you see what seems to be from an odd point on the chest, on like a chest cam maybe? No, maybe probably not the chest. Honestly, The weird part is you could probably see like a little bit of hair and maybe like a cigar partially leaning into view of the camera.
As in,
But
it
you
looks
can
like
catch sight
it's
of it.
fallen down, or it's like... Is this a distressing image, or a... This has been turned on and is looking at something image?
This has been turned on and looking at something image. That's what I was getting ready to get to for some stuff. And you see it like, kind of moving as it looks around, and you catch sight of a small, like what you'd recognize as like basically a small briefing room. Simple, plain walls and room, like hard metal table in the front there. There's like no handcuffs or locked doors or anything. It's not interrogation. You recognize that you probably would have passed a couple in the base. This seems a bit like a Lance briefing room. And as it looks around a little bit, hold on, you catch sight of some familiar... Where's that bit of my notes? I had it just now. Some familiar individuals. For example, on one side, like at the very far end, you get this like peeking around a little bit as there's people between you and them. You're viewing them. Hoyle without his massive amounts of power armor on. Engineer Hoyle. Next to him, and next to whoever this is, you recognize Ranger Lodi, who also seems to have all of her weapons removed at the moment. And across the table, sitting down, currently is a like kind of younger, slightly baby-faced ginger that you remember as Handler Franz. However, they don't look as friendly or as fresh-faced as they did originally. And basically, you get the you get in the middle of a conversation where they're talking about it, and they're like, "All right," they're sitting across, and I was like, "All right, Ranger Lodi, would you like to elaborate a bit more on some things? We had you said you had Bertram working in your guys' unit for a extended amount of time compared to anybody else's interactions. Would you like to share any of those capabilities with us?" And she stops and has, like, looks at them, and she looks back at Hoyle and over at the camera. Well, we didn't really observe anything new, at least not that we could contribute to the exotic abilities that he showed before, besides he could teleport brief distances that just seem to not be in any way of a technological ability. He came towards us and we had the promise that he could potentially develop into more, but that was all he had at the moment. Like, okay. He just writes down and notes that down. Says, all right. Would you like to know any tendencies of his? What do you mean by tendencies, habits, tactics, anything note like that? Well, he was a bit more on the sneak in, like so operative side of things rather than noisily. Not much besides that. I think you're really overestimating how much time we actually spent in action with him. From across the way, nonetheless, we like to be thorough, just to be sure of things. Hoyle, would you like to add anything? Like, no, I think I'm okay. I interacted less than her with him. I spent a lot of our time getting repaired from being ran over a couple times. Fair. I do remember that. We might want to revisit that with your training. Just a little bit more situational awareness there, Engineer Hoyle. That was rather disappointing to read. And then you see as they turn to the camera. Brewer, would you like to add anything? Though I doubt it'll be much. You were, as you put it, just the driver. And you hear, yep, that was about all I did. I just drove. And listen to my book. He says with that, like, little fuck you in his voice. He's gonna see, like, that little eye twitch on Franz. Right. Well, joke as you want there. We have a bit of a severity update. I don't know if you've noticed, you probably have. Apollo's dead. And it is your teammates that led to your former teammate and their new group that led to his death. So you might want to take this a bit more serious, or this could all come back to you. That said, I don't know. I don't work in this area. I'm just an ancient shithead, I believe, as one of you put it. Anything you can share on the group? You were following the group longer than anybody else. What did you notice on them? And basically, for a bit, there's going to be an interrogation going on back and forth. Questions of the ability of the group. The little bits that they spotted coming over. Which at the end of the day, they never got to see too much from you guys. Because, well, honestly, for the most part, y'all kept ahead of them. They talk about some of them. They bring up sword skills. They bring up explosives from Barry. They talk about, well, the little bit they saw of Schmied's mutations going wild. And that's while they're going through all of this, Franz is just sitting there, making notes on his little pad, continuing on. Says, all right. So here's the real question. I understand he was with your group for a little bit, and I do know military units, they love loyalty. So here's my question. Where's yours? If we send you after them, improved, of course. Could you pull the trigger? And Lodi looks mildly offended for a moment as the camera looks over at her. And just says, of course, if those are my orders, those are my orders. Hoyle just shrugs. And Brewer just lets out a kind of just a grunt. No actual answer. Alright. Well, you see, I believe the next plan is going to be you three. You've interacted with him. He may wait for you. He may not just kill you outright. We're going to be hoping for that. You three are coming back with me. We have some lovely goodies back in the company to give you a bit of a edge, shall we say. I think you're going to enjoy them. And before you ask, no, it's not optional. We've already talked to your superiors on this situation. So, shall we? And they kind of all have a bit of a hesitant look at each other on that one. Before he gets up, before Franz gets up, pushes the door open and says, well, time's wasting. And starts to shuffle them out. And the feed continues on for a little bit, but at the moment it just kind of leads you through some hallways that click off after a little bit.
So we all saw that, right?
No.
That was the video for Bertram. It's up to him to share that.
Just gonna sit there for a bit.
Just go barge in the front door. That'll get them by surprise, right?
Who's that? Wait, what? Oh,
What?
is this about the gangs for somebody else?
I'm talking about the gang. This is a conversation
Okay.
I assumed we would be having while Bertram was watching his video.
Valid.
Gotta find him somehow.
All we know is that they're in this area, I guess.
I mean, we could probably just find some low-ranking people, intimidate them to tell us stuff.
If they're super loyal, they're not going to tell us anything, and then they'll just send word back to their boss, and then they'll be ready to greet us
You're
when we
assuming that
arrive.
means that they live.
Depends also how much they value their life, yeah.
If they don't talk, well, they just die. And Tanya gets eat.
And Schmeat. Well, I know you're Alistair, you don't do that.
Thankfully, yeah.
Hey Bertram, what you watching?
Hold on. You can see that he's typing. Kind of waves you guys away. I am typing a thing out that I'm just going to read it out whenever it's time for it.
Okay. He's busy. Okay. Well, I mean, we could probably just ask around and also find some local spots from people. A lot of people probably know. We could also probably pay someone down here. A lot of street rats tend to know things about other street rats and what's going on.
Then I don't know if it's a good idea to just pay them, because then they might turn on you as well. Because seen as having a lot of money or something, maybe it's give them something valuable.
And you don't have to pay them a lot, just an amount.
Guess I wouldn't be the best at about that.
Terry looks over to Nessa and goes, "Can I borrow your hand again?"
Although negotiating with psychos, a lot of
Nessa's gonna
times you
lift
can
her
go trade
hand.
them body parts. Yes?
Points at Terry.
Point of clarification. Info offered earlier was several city districts.
Yeah, but there's a big train around here, so if we find info, we could just take a train.
Okay. He was like, "I'm going to go back to my entertainment."
Entertainment? What's he looking at?
A kaleidoscope.
Oh, yeah.
I send the message off, Matt, if you want me to read it, or just read it yourself, that's fine. Otherwise, Bertram's just gonna sit there looking pensive for a bit.
Go ahead and read it out loud just for the VOD, even if it isn't going out for everybody else.
That's
for the
fine.
stream.
Then the message contents are, if you know where they plan to mutate you lot, I can try to intercept. If you think it's too late, ellipses. I'll see what I can do after we meet up. Thanks for trusting me.
No immediate reply, but you also get the feeling he doesn't have a chance to check.
I don't expect him to, but it's basically all I can do for a shit, where?
No, that's fair.
I'm gonna go wash off the dead skin on my arms and try not to rip my veins out.
Hold up just a second before you do that. I don't think it'll be long enough for... It'd probably be longer than it takes for a shower to get done, but we may need to be on a move here soon. It looks like
What you got?
the Anson shithead that micromanaged the troop whenever I was with the Lances, looking to get them mutated. And that is 15 different kinds of unacceptable.
Like Alistair Schmeat mutated?
Probably, but I imagine a bit more control-y, given our proclivity to pick up mutants and various other reprobates, along with, certain disregard
help
for
him?
that.
Alright.
So if we come across these people non-lethal, unless
Non-lethal.
self-defense?
Even in... I told you, they probably wouldn't be in the right states.
Yeah, well, if they're not in the right states, you also might not be able to control that fully.
I know.
Very, very easy to nick an important artery.
But I got a message from one of them with them being threatened for it. If I can get something back, we might need to see about moving planet-wide.
Eh,
Unless it's
Rescue
here.
mission then? Alright. Are they on this planet or are they off on fucking Pandora?
I couldn't tell from the video I got. But whereas they may have chased you unsuccessfully, partially due to my interference, they themselves are good people. I don't want to see them get... not that way.
I mean, sure.
I feel like there's just like now a few minutes of just like awkward silence waiting for a reply message from to Bertram.
Go take your shower. There's
Anything
nothing
interesting
that
on the TV?
I can do the hurry
between
this.
We got that already.
I don't think that Echo allows me to tell where the hell the broadcast is sent from.
Not immediately.
Yeah.
Just roll a d20. I want to see what kind of a show's on, because there's a chance of something important being on.
Oh man, I've just remembered something that I can't describe on stream because it's probably too gory, but I remember like how burned stuff and welted flesh and stuff goes in the shower. I'm cleaning that.
It's not going to be pleasant.
Ooh, that'd be nasty, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's going to be unpleasant.
The goo.
I had it with my ears.
That'd be ugh. Ugh.
Joy.
Do you think
Hey,
that
never
that
been
might
more
be-
grateful for that immunity to disease, huh?
What'd you say,
Yeah.
Crystal?
16?
16 might be enough. On the show, as you flip through it, and you flip past it for a second before you go, hold on, and you flip back, and there's this lovely little talk show on. With some standard standard rollout, nothing unique. News anchor, talk show anchor. He's there with like the overwhite teeth, the blonde hair pushed back into like a professional thing, the fake grin plastered on at all times. Doesn't stand out. No big deal there. The person that does stand out, however, in a lovely, well-made suit with their purple highlights, their shorter hair, and their vibrantly purple eyes,
Uh-oh.
is who you recognize as CEO, as the executive chief. Yeah, executive chief Murmur.
Dear.
Go and you see her there. So lovely to see you here tonight, looking fabulous as always. You always have a good business cut, shall we say. I would like to say thank you for coming on to my little slice of the entertainment districts that we have rolling around. And to all of those who don't know, though if you don't, I would be surprised, this is Chief Executive Murmur of Anshin Corporations, out here to answer some questions due to some rather alarming news we've all gotten recently. So, welcome, and hopefully this is a good back and forth. Trying to keep everyone comfortable, of course. And she goes, thank you for having me tonight. I know it was short notice, but so was the reveal, I guess. Surprise! And he goes back to him, he's like, excellent, so we do get to start there. You brought up kind of the most important part. Now, I know we're all curious. There's only a handful. They're kind of like rumors, myths, legends. I wonder how many are true. Is it actually a true thing that you're a siren? Is that a real video? Is that doctored? What's happening? She's like, no. I know the name has a lot of taboo, and a lot of people have this idea of what we are, and especially with how in our past we've all come across, there's a lot of negative connotations of banditry, marauding, murder, stealing, and you hear the murmurs of agreement coming from the crowd. But I didn't want to do any of that. I will say, yes, you are right. The video is very much true, however, grossly out of context. And views trying to paint me in a very negative picture. What you see here is them trying to depict me as something Well, like everybody in the past, ready to go out and murder, cause mayhem and chaos, as we all know happens a lot. I was not. However, what was happening there is one of our experiments got out of control. We were trying to figure out how to produce a new energy source. Iridium is such a wonderful thing, and we thought maybe, just maybe, we could increase that commodity to the point where it could be used for general use for the public. Tech, power sources, medicines, everything. It has so many fantastical things. Unfortunately, it was getting a little out of hand, so I came down to see what I could do to get it under control. He's like, okay, that makes sense here. Makes more sense than a well-respected member of the community just going on a rampage. Can I say that, folks? You hear some of the agreements come across. He's like, okay, so here's the big question everyone's asking. What can you do that helps you out so much? Everybody's always worried about it. We hear so many fantastical teleporting, eating people, summoning arms of magnificence. What can you do? He's like, well, I have the fortunate ability that I can have some sway over animals. It helps out a lot when, you're in the research of the medical fields and biology, as you could imagine. It's like, oh, I can. And it lets me keep our more dangerous things under lock and key, all those projects that we want to try, but we can't because the backlash would be too big if it got out of hand. I can make those possible. And it served me well. Look where I'm at, obviously. And you hear some of the things in the crowd going back and forth. And he's like, okay, so another big question. I know we're all wondering, how can we guarantee you won't be like the rest? Like, you won't just snap and go on a rampage. Murder, guns blazing, I guess in this case, animals running amok. You have access to plenty. She's like, that's fair, I guess, but at the same time, I have to ask, does me being a siren really afford me more dangers than being the CEO of a company like Anshin? If that's the case, we have to look at all of us and go, hey, what's happening up there? What can they do? And I think in the end, I've done more good with this company than a lot of our other CEOs out here have, trading off their weapons and, encouraging that kind of violence. Like, goes back to Anchor, is like, well, you've got a point there. So, I think you're getting that waving there. Unfortunately, you know how it is. Busy time, midday, so like the midday show, everybody's watching, we don't got much. So I guess a question for you, a closing remark here. To the people out there who apparently went out of their way to try and slander your image, what do you say? She's like, well, unfortunately there are some sad folks out there who do not like what you have. They'll do everything they can to tear you down as you try to march forward to progress. To them, I just have to say I feel sad. I feel pity. They keep pushing, and unfortunately, I won't back down. A little bit of bad rep and bad news won't stop me. And I look forward to seeing what we all can do in the future. But for that, thank all of you for coming in and at least hearing my side of the story. I'll leave it all up to you. And I trust you'll make a good choice. To the loving people of this planet, I hope to serve you better in the future. Yeah, well, that's all for us today, folks. Quick time special, maybe we'll be back with more reports soon enough, but for all today, have a lovely afternoon.
So behold the final boss.
And it ends that, quick little interview special.
Tanya, you've been able to see that?
At least partially. I'd say you'd come out part of the way through.
Why do I feel like she's gonna taste moldy?
She sure sounds like it. I'm also pretty sure that we're gonna have to kill her to get her to stop. Which is gonna be annoying to figure out how to get that to happen, but I don't think she's gonna stop until she's dead. You guys?
Nah.
Any better ideas than trying to have to go and kill the CEO of Anshin, or whatever she's answering.
One thing at a
Mansion.
one thing at a time.
I'm pretty sure she's about to go and try more stuff, but yeah.
Well,
Let's
that
go kill this
probably
gang first.
that deals with what Bertram just told us, probably.
Oh yeah.
At the
Well,
very
after
least, it
Rescue's
does seem
friends.
that they have been well and truly distracted from their attack on Eden, which is something done.
Oh yeah, don't we? Doesn't Nessa still have to go and see her brother or something? Wait. We got a few days or a week or something like that. Rough, don't we?
Really, he's being held captive by whenever Nessa decides to show up.
Yeah, I think he's been there for a while now.
Just whenever we go
It's
back to
like-
Pandora, and if they're not
It's
wherever
only
they
been a
are.
few
Well, they're both on Eden
days.
right now,
I was gonna say, yeah, they're on Eden.
because they got a message that said, "Oi, giant monster!"
Boy,
Well,
Oi.
when we decide to leave here, I guess we'll see if we're going back to Eden or Pandora. Any word, Bertram?
Not yet.
Huh.
I don't think there's any way I can tell where that got sent from, so we're kinda at the mercy of that. Basically, if I don't get anything back, be ready for them actually attacking with intent to kill. Probably with some horrific mutations, one and all.
I'm sure we could hopefully deal with them non-lethally for you, and maybe try and find some way to let them regain their sanity.
It's okay, they'll just be in Schmeat's boat. It's the lovely boat, isn't it?
Yeah, or it's a lovely boat, isn't it? Or Schmeat.
Oh, I hate
Who
it.
isn't even Schmeat right now?
I really hate it.
Why?
We could go ask that hacker belongs to the game to find the location. If he can just remotely drain someone's bank account, they might be able to just find out where this video was taken from,
Or at least where it was sent from.
or at least where it was sent from.
We will probably not have the time for that, though.
But that means we wouldn't be able to just go. It'd be easier asking for information than going off to go kill them and try to find them to give us information.
Probably right.
You guys are the ones who are usually more vengeful than I am, so I mean,
And if we're just asking for information, we just ask Dakin to contact them again.
yeah, I mean, if you don't want to. Yes, you guys are the ones who are usually more vengeance driven than I am, so I mean, if you don't want to go kill them all, kind of your call then, I
If
guess.
that's something you want to pursue, Crystal, I'm all for it, but I can't ask you to do that given the people that are being affected. You understand?
They have wronged me, and I want to go kill them. But these people are important to you. It's important enough that you want to go prevent them from being mutated, which is a better cause in my mind. Does anyone have Dakin's contact information?
I'm just over here pushing the moral arc of the universe, don't mind me.
Barry raises his hand. I do. Would you want the
Please,
number?
like, call them or something.
I do
It's
that. I
probably
also
better
give you
to
his.
get it done faster.
I also going to give you his number as well.
The
I just
problem
can't hold it
is,
up for you to take it.
they might be shifted from wherever it was they were sent from. So even if you do get that information, it may not be particularly useful.
Could give a starting point, though.
Well, it
If
might
they are
give us
still
where
there.
they're leaving from, and then I guess maybe it depends on how long they want to wait before transporting. Because space travel's so
I
fucking
give him the
fast, it's
number
really
so we
hard
can-
to stop.
I give him the number so he can make the decision himself.
Don't be
If
So
you
she
need
can
to
make
ask
a
for,
decision herself.
if you need to ask for stuff as well, you can just go through Dakin and say and have him ask for the tech guy because he needs something hacked or something. And they'll probably discharge you.
Cost will be
That's what we're doing.
exuberant.
Oh,
We already didn't really have any cards in this game. So it's
You have your hammer.
Oh man.
Your cards are all
I
dealt.
just remembered
Harry already
something.
got his shit done. Well, he does still need to go call his monastery.
May need to go
I
kill
was
Neve at
mentioned-
some point, but that's a thing for later.
So I'm calling
Neve?
Dakin.
Why'd you need to kill Neve? Wait, who's Neve?
Thunder
Hey, you
King.
remember
Thunder King. Why'd you need to kill him?
might have been involved in the killing of my whole family. Might. Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe not. Go talk with him.
Yeah, yeah. I could see it. You might want to go and talk to him first before you go into swinging. Blade
Yes, we'll
swinging,
just-
but
Find out if he was involved, and then we can worry about eating him later.
also make sure he isn't potentially very useful at the time, because it would be kind of bad if we killed somebody that we needed. It was like, oh no, we need him.
Alright.
Sitting there, twins, they just foot tapping away, bandaging up her arms.
Calling Dakin then?
Yes, calling Dakin.
Alright, you get basically a pickup. It's like, well, that was quicker than I expected.
Hey, Dakin, how are you?
Well, you know, relaxing on a nice comfy couch, so probably better than you, but I get
I
the
don't know, my
feeling
couch is pretty
pleasantries
comfy.
is not on the table right now.
I mean, maybe. Kinda needed some help that I only know that you could provide.
Alright, don't have to sound so bitter about it, but I'll see what I can do.
Not bitter because
After I
anything
hear the
you've done.
request.
That game that told you where the vault was. Do you have a way to contact them?
Probably could get a
Or
message through to him.
peaceful negotiations.
I could probably get a message through to him.
Tell them that we want to borrow their hacker.
I can put the request in and who it's from, but I have to ask for my sake. I'm not helping set up a murder plot because I don't need to start a gang war on my side.
Well, they're
I
not
need
the-
their help,
it's
so I
not the
can't murder them.
It's not a plot to go and kill the hacker. A friend of some friends of our group might be possibly being taken to a secondary place to be horribly mutated.
Okay,
Why not?
I believe
Don't
you,
worry
and I
about-
believe the pain in that request.
Yeah, they're not very happy. They're not very happy
put
about it.
I could set up, I could send in a request for something, but after that, it's kind of up to them. I don't have a lot of sway with this group.
I mean, if it makes them more likely to go and take it, you can remind them that we did just open a vault, and if they do this, we're less likely to come and
Hey,
viciously
listen, man,
murder them all.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
It might
I'm
also
not
anger them.
threatening people. I'm gonna pay
Yeah,
this
that's-
honestly. I'm not threatening
Yeah.
them at all.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. If it would help, because sometimes it does help. Other times it just makes them angry and more like more prideful to go and try and say no. Now we won't help.
You
Yeah.
guys can present that argument. I'm not doing that. I will see what I can do and get back to you then. How's that?
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Also, heads up, guys. I'm probably gonna go back to Oasis and try to find the pieces to that vault. If I
give me a
gather
holler
the
if you-
keys, maybe send a request to you guys.
Watch out for the giant metal
sure.
monster.
You do it.
I will do so.
well
That sounds
done.
terrifying.
Wait, what did you say?
Watch out for the
Sure,
giant
said
metal
loud.
monster.
Yeah.
Wait, why don't you bomb the monster?
Watch out
No,
for.
watch out for the giant metal monster.
Oh yeah, the giant metal monster. That is
Yeah,
that
I
is the
saw
thing.
that laser. I think it was a laser from where I was from. Will do.
That's the thing. All right.
And then he's like, all right, I'm going to go get started on this. Sounds like time sensitive. Bye. Click.
Thank you.
Barry starts to take a nap.
Just gonna take my helmet off and sigh.
And then I got a big piece with people who tried to kill me. That's fantastic.
I'm sorry.
Is Tanya able to try and take a nap with pain throbbing with her heartbeat, apparently?
Yeah, it's a dull ache. It's not a
Pain
perpetual like
anymore.
suffering pain. It's down to a dull ache. Yeah, you can take a nap. I'm going to say it takes probably about an hour passes. When you make your comment about I have to negotiate with the people that try to kill you, that tried to kill me, you get the like camaraderie or like camaraderie shoulder pat from Terry. Who's just like the I've been there, buddy, it's rough. But I'd say an hour passes and you get a you get a location to basically like a electronic, what is it? Dance club, like one of those like heavy EDM dance clubs.
Yeah.
Go in there. It was like honestly, it's like, hey, it's basically go in there. They're expecting you. The doorman will tell you where to go.
A rest for the wicked. I'm sorry, everyone.
And let's hope that this isn't, a trap. Again.
Well, if it is, it gives very strong justification for,
Murder them all?
yeah.
Hey, do you mind if I might need to sit outside or in the car? Oh, I don't know how.
Might want to sit this one out. Yeah.
Given that
Hey,
it's
you can be the
supposed,
getaway driver. Or sniper post.
given that nothing's supposed to happen, we can probably not all necessarily go. Alistair.
Then we shouldn't go and leave anybody by themselves, though.
Well, yeah, that's
Well, I
why I'm
mean,
talking to
I
Alistair.
mean, if you and Tanya stay out, though. I mean, if Terry and Tanya stay out, though, they can watch each other's back.
Ness is gonna raise her hand.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, that's so.
I'll stay with Tanya.
you might be good at talking. Wait, are you really talking? No, you're not. Never mind.
Tanya
not
has
good
the
at talking.
highest.
Savage.
Tanya has the highest talking stats for the group, but I don't want to be around that many people right now. I'm hungry as is, and a bit twitchy, and also if something does break out, and like I said, I don't know if I'm overcharged, so I don't want anything to arc out and possibly just all the innocent random people.
Yeah.
And I just don't like people.
I mean,
I'd
Most
rather
related
stay in the
character
car.
choice.
Yeah.
I should probably not talk. I'm not very good at talking. Who's in charge? Bertram. Bertram can talk. Bertram can talk, yes. Bertram and Crystal.
Bertram has the most stakes in this as well, knowing the people, so
Yeah.
pushing behind it might make it seem more serious instead of just any kind of murder plot or anything.
Also, can Barry just send a quick test echo message just to somebody at the monastery? He's like, hey, I got both the scroll and also got this cool weapon.
You can send it back to the monastery. It might be a minute before anybody checks it, but it will be back there at least on the monastery's echo.
I mean, honestly, it could be a minute or a day or 3. It's it's not exactly time sensitive, but just more of the fact that
You know
I said
how
it must
your
be-
monastery is about replying.
yeah. They might not
Nobody
notice
hears
for a
the
bit.
ringing because they have tinnitus usually.
It was
They're
just the
not
same
out and out
pitch.
deaf yet.
All right, but yeah, you can send a message back for that.
If they've not possibly driven themselves half blind as well from all the bright flashes.
Flashbangs.
There's a reason half the scrolls are in Braille, okay? There's a reason.
Can you read that? Wait, Barry, can you read Braille?
Yes. Barry can read Braille.
Neat.
Okay. So game plan is to head to the dance club?
Sounds like.
All right.
Yes. Okay. Sign language? Yes.
Thankfully, you were given one within this city district area. And it's just a walk away. It's a little bit of a walk, but it's a walk away.
Okay, so with the sound of that art, would that be Tanya and Nessa staying just at the safe house, or?
You're asking me, that's your guys' decision.
Well, okay, like how far?
I figured
like,
we'd
how
stay
much
outside the building.
I'd probably say at least a good 20-25 minute walk away.
Okay, yeah, then probably just outside, so that way if help.
If something goes wrong.
Because remember, you guys are in the subterranean right now.
Yep. Hey, we could have been directly in like a manhole pipe right under it, and just lifted a
Just
pipe
pop
out and
out
crawled.
into a TNT.
Yep, straight into the club.
Circles.
Yeah, you guys head that way. Harry's like, alright, game plan, what am I doing during this?
Making sure we don't get stabbed to death.
Alright, in the crowd, dancing and not seen. Maybe.
I wish Clay.
I
wish
feel like
Clay
I'm
was
getting a
here.
dirty look.
Clay would have liked
Yeah,
it
give
here.
me a dirty look.
Crystal, you
Don't
technically
eat my
made the
foot, Dad.
arrangement, so I imagine you're going to have to be the one to initial whatever. As far as actual requests for the individual, other than tracking the source of the video, is there anything that you can think to ask them, since you have a hacker person at your disposal? It'll be extraordinarily expensive, but I don't know, might be useful. I'm personally distracted, so I don't have any larger plans in store with that abilities.
We already don't know if you will be able to afford just that one service, let alone multiple.
Might be able to use Nessa's black card.
Let's maybe not mention that.
Oh shit, he does have a distant bank account that could be drained. Then again, that would probably be very, very bad if they tried that.
Yeah, it could also be
Wait,
tracked and also
but
give them information.
I'm trying to
there's
not
that,
use that.
But also, your family would be very, very upset if they tried that, though.
Worry
I'm trying
about
not to
that.
very much because I don't want them to know where I am.
I mean, yeah, but it'd be hilarious, though.
Worry about that if and when she starts trying to hire people with the full force of a corporation behind her. In the meantime, though, if we don't have anything extra, it's just that one thing, which, again,
Yeah.
may not even be where they are by the time we get there.
Yeah.
I mean, if it is a big hacker guy, he could just have some tech thing set up and you could just be talking to a screen for negotiation.
I don't care about where the hacker is, I care about where, and I'll pull it up and kind of shake my Echo device a little bit.
Yeah, no, I understand that
Speaking
part.
of, speaking of,
It goes off as I'm shaking it. No, what?
correct. The Bully Bongler 6969 has another update for you, it seems.
Oh, yeah?
It opens up. You have another video as you would if you'd like to watch it on the way.
Yes, because it may give us the information we'd be getting from the person.
Are we in
Fair.
the club yet?
No.
No, you're on the way to the club. I'd say about 10
Okay, good.
minutes out at most.
Let's go and watch
You get
the
to see
video.
them inside of what you would not probably guess is a spaceship as the doors open and light pours through. Same view as before, though cigar is different length now, longer, new cigar, probably, stressful situations.
Does it look like they're disembarking?
It looks like they're landing.
Okay.
As the doors open from the inside, and outside you see a lovely sunny sky, dotted periodically with, a good little, a belt, shall we say, of obstructionary objects.
Looking awful Prometheus-y.
Yeah, that's not really the problem here. As they're stepping off, you see Franz, Hoyle, Lodi, walking off, of course. The problem is the person standing at the front there as they're leaving in a tall, thin body with sleek armor and a helmet that comes down over, covering any notable features. It has accents of red, but mostly black, and a number of different things strapped to the outside. And some form of probably what you would guess is a stealth operative. But again, that's not the biggest issue. The issue is the person in the suit with the purple accents and a rather familiar person from a phone call that you guys witnessed recently. Waiting at the base as you look up behind them, as the camera looks up behind him and sees a towering big. You see in front of them as they're walking off, Murmur and Dr. Straunt, who gives a smile and looks over at the doctor, who looks excited, for lack of better terms. And she looks back at him and looks over at them and goes, well, I don't know about all of you, but I am excited to see how well this works. We've worked on it long enough at this point, I do believe.
Oh, final boss battle.
And he's like, yes, you guys, yes, I do think I could get this with minimal side effects. Minimal, but it will probably not be comfortable in the process. You just hear from her, that's fine. As long as it works. And she pauses and squints over at Brewer as he's getting closer. Well, I suppose we have our loyalty question answered, don't we, Franz? As she starts to walk forward and then just reaches out and just thumb crashes over and the video cuts out.
Well, shit. I guess we really do need to rescue your friends now.
And you're about 5 minutes from the dance club now.
Was there anything about...
the
Yeah. You especially, yes.
Yeah.
We all saw this, right?
Yeah.
Unless Bertram was hiding. If Bertram was showing it off, letting you guys see, yeah. If he was hiding it, you probably just heard it.
You're kind of involved now. And
Yeah.
I mean, you're right there.
Fair. I was just offering. It's your video.
I hit the first one, so yeah.
Just saying.
The Crystal especially, she may know exactly where the fuck they are.
I'll let you know. I was one of the luckier ones.
So, shall I be safe to assume there's a bit more pep in the step in a rush?
Yeah.
Well, does Crystal know where they were? From the things that
Crystal,
they could see?
that's a fair
Anything?
point. You absolutely know that building. That is the central lab of the Anshin Corporation.
So,
Research and development to the highest key with Black Ops clearance that most planetary leaders don't get.
yeah.
Those are the big guns, the diseases, the plagues, the cures for cancer.
Which you're never going to sell because they'd lose some money.
It looks like you know where it is.
feel like I know where that is, unless they made a copy of the building, which I doubt they would.
Okay.
That's
So would it be safe to assume
It's
that
a
we're now
hard
on
place to
0
break in.
time?
Hmm?
So would it be safe to assume that we're now on fucking run time? Even though you are still probably not 100% from, the motherfucking vault.
I didn't feel too weak. I should be fine, I think. But yeah, kind of. If they get deep enough in the facility, there's no way we're gonna be able to get them out.
Okay, so we're on fucking run time. You might know have you played in that area much? Like, could you recognize the side of the building and stuff?
Would you like to roll a history to see what you have on the situation? Like, detail-wise.
Sure. I'm looking for see what I have.
Okay, absolutely. Let's go.
See what I remember about this building that I may have a natural 20.
You have a natural 20? Fuck me. Alright,
They
you
painted
have
those
been
walls.
in this building. Alright,
Exactly
so the
where it
building
is,
that...
you know all the secrets.
I was about to go
So the
look at
building in
history.
question is, in fact, very difficult to get into. Most of them are sealed with electronic locks that have a key swipe. There are no passcodes to enter this building. Usually, it's a subcutaneous chip implanted somewhere in the hand, oftentimes in the lower palm, that you just swipe over that gives your entryway. It's a biometric scanner, basically, for an update to get in. Your clearance was upgraded for you to get in, and it was immediately cleared as soon as your job was done. Inside, you were only on the lower floors, away from the probably bigger projects, and you already saw things that would probably cost a planet.
As you were describing this, I am relaying it.
Fair enough.
Okay.
There are security guards at multiple points throughout all of this. However, usually they are swapped around rampantly, so there is no consistent guard roster in there to be like, hey, I know this person is building up a routine of the area. Scientists walking through there are all kind of in their head about their business. They don't care about other people. They have stuff to do. They're paid to do their stuff.
It sounds like a stealth mission.
They have
up
a lot
until
of
it's not.
fun. They have a lot of high-end things in there, from both, like I said, research facilities to the break rooms are very luxurious, because work hard, play hard is very much a mentality, and when you have the money. And your scientists need to not snap. Sometimes. Getting in there, and if Dr. Straunt is involved, it'll probably be near the top of the building. So the really big tricky part is you have to find a way to get past biometrics, which means you either need some way into the security, and past the guards. And possibly some extra access to get to the elevators to go up top.
All of these things that we do not have, and I don't have a way to get.
Yep, sorry, I'm trying to think of finishing off answers. They do probably have some automated responses, like turrets and the such, that are stationed throughout. They don't activate immediately as a first resort. You would know that from the little bits you'd seen. They try to rely on the physical guards first, because, well, collateral damage is unfortunately expensive. I would say that's the base of what you have right now.
Okay, so before we meet this hacker person, A, everything just got a lot more expensive. And B, right now I'm in the take a sky car and shove it in the building for entryway, so please maybe you give me a different plan there, Crystal.
I was thinking
I was also thinking more like have somebody crash a spaceship into the building and destroy it a bunch, and then break in. Or maybe have that be
You figure out what your new toy does yet?
What?
You figure out what your new toy does yet?
I'm gonna
Yeah, let's go figure
do.
that out. I can blow some stuff up. I know I can blow some stuff up. I want to go see how much I can blow stuff up.
Ah, excellent. So you do, in fact, have a purpose, no matter what it is we end up doing.
Can I do a quick
Yes.
history check and try to remember how long it took me to turn?
Absolutely. That is more of a wisdom check on your part, though.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can pass around any healing if anyone needs it.
Interesting tidbit, now that it's more prevalent. A lot of your resources would have regenerated on a short rest.
Oh, by a lot you mean?
Lay on Hands is back, and half of the expended points are back.
Round up or down?
Round down, please.
Okay.
so, Crystal, since
Got a
you
15 on
know
that.
the building better,
You are a result of about a year and a half of experimentation.
so Crystal, since you know the building better,
It was more of along the lines of like the first. If I remember, like when things first started, like
when the
Like-
first thing went weird,
yeah, like
The
how
first thing
long?
went weird.
When his
I'd say your
mind
first
went foggy.
mutation probably took a little over a month to manifest, but they sped up as time went.
We're trying to get a good time frame. Like, hey, we don't have much time to save these people.
I don't think we have much time to say this, people.
They probably have gotten really much better at
Speaking of-
mutating people.
Please make a wisdom saving throw at advantage.
Medina?
For Alistair?
Medina. We're thinking about his time with Straunt and the fact that they're going after Straunt.
I have a +5.
There's a +5 too.
Above table Thaddeus, I'm sorry, I need you to plan this one. Bertram's in too much of a state. He's in fucking go.
I know.
Break it.
And Barry would just
It's going to be a
assist
17.
with that.
That's a pass.
Which definitely be
Right.
just fine with just go.
That desire to
you
bite
just
the
think.
echo device because you saw Strawn's face is not overwhelming.
Yeah.
Barry, can you get into
Breaking in.
contact with Dak and see if he can arrange some sort of a get the fuck away transport? We may need to exercise some amount of verticality.
Most definitely will.
I text that to Dakin.
Tell him you'll give him
Dak's
plenty
gonna
of
be real
hugs and
tired of you guys
kisses.
contacting him.
Wait, say again,
Okay.
Bertram?
Dakin said he was
Dakin's
relaxing
gonna
on
be
a
real
couch.
tired of you guys contacting him.
Quite possibly, yeah.
I feel like this is Dakin just cracked open a beer. Feet are kicked up, relaxing on the table.
His man needs
God
him.
damn it, these guys
It's a
again.
message that says,
Come on.
hey, we might need immediate evac from the Anshin head base.
He's gonna wish he was never civil with
Fuck.
us.
Quite possibly, yes.
How you get basically the reply of like, how immediate?
Oh, we still have to get there first. I don't back.
It'll make the news.
It'll make the news. I text that as well.
Okay, so flash over. You guys can't, as a character, see this, but you have a feeling this is the reaction easily enough. It's just him, and he looks over at her, his assistant, and she looks at him like, no, fucking no. I know that look, no, and he's just like rubbing the bridge of his nose, and he's like, 5 fucking hours is all it took. What would be on the
Definitely.
news that he says to her as she just looks, she starts to glow. We flip to you guys.
We're definitely fucking vault hunters, ain't we now? It's not even the fucking opening the vaults. No, it's this shit. Why is
It's
it
like,
that every
okay.
fucking...
You get a
Correct,
reply
that's
of
right.
like, well,
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do. There's a couple of like extra letters in there that are probably like from somebody mashing the keyboard with one hand and holding somebody off with the other.
Barry's actually saying it's odd. Why is it that every group of vault hunters goes toe to toe with one of the corporations?
That's
Some large- I mean, yes, you make a very, very valid point.
Real talk, this one is entirely her fault. And I point, like, in a direction, like, in the vague, where the fucking HQ would be.
I mean, you have a point. You have a point.
They were offered
Just leave us the
multiple
fuck-
times to not do this shit. And they have elected to do this
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, even worse. We've successfully proven quite a few times now that we're kind of fucking dangerous as a group.
Ignoring the kind of
And we're
fucking
also-
dangerous. Whenever they did the whole fucking recruitment thing, you know, where Jeffro has never come back from, I pointed out that fucking can take different. They
And
chose
also,
this.
we're also very easily distracted. They just forgot. If they just left us alone, we probably would have forgotten they fucking existed for a while.
Speaking of forgotten to exist, you're in front of the nightclub.
So, to answer your question, breaking in by throwing a hover cart through the window, probably not a good idea. They'll shoot us down, and they may or may not have reinforced windows.
You remember the
How about
I would say that's a fair point. You probably remember the anti-air units that you're not as tall as the hinge they rotate on.
What about if we used it more like a catapult or something?
They would shoot us down.
And not
There
so
are
much
a
that
lot
we're
of
in the
things air.
car, so much as freezing it to gun. We use like a spaceship or something, try and squish it. That might be better for an extra strategy after we've left. Destroy evidence.
I don't know what possible
Destroy the
resources you
building
could
of the
possibly.
spaceship?
Explosives, maybe.
Alright.
Give a self-destruct. I
So,
think that can make it into a
Building.
self-destruct. And Barry's just kind of starting to mutter to himself under his breath about possible ways to explode the entire building. Barry's a bit distracted.
as you guys approach the door up front, standing out in front of the door, you open the first door as you're heading in. The building itself isn't anything special, but you can already feel the doom, 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 doom of the music inside pumping. You open the door, you come in immediately into like this little hallway corridor, kind of like a how to put it? It's like an entry room, basically. People are waiting in line at the other end of the room with all of these people dressed up, and from the nice, the casual, the modest, the slutty. This is a dance club. They are here to party. But on the other side of it is this tall bouncer with just arms crossed, looming over everybody. He occasionally pulls out a probably comically tiny little clipboard in his hands, looks down at the people in front of him, looks back at his list, shakes his head at one group, puts it back, and you guys come piling in. And I need to expressly iterate this. None of you right now are subtle.
We're not even attempting at this point, I think.
You still, for the most part, smell like a fight with an exploding vault monster,
I found some space armor.
and look like it. And
Is there
you
a place
walk in.
Vanessa and Tawny just sit outside?
You can probably sit outside on a bench nearby.
Yeah, you bitch.
And you walk in, and you watch as he pulls out the clipboard and lifts the page. It looks back up at you, and looks down at the page. And he shuts his little clipboard, opens up his vest a little bit, pulls it out, shoves that in, turns around, grabs the heaviest fucking one of those little velvet ropes, and unclinks it. As you guys start to approach. And he leans down, and I can't do this, but this man sounds like he's eating and gargling gravel when he speaks of, "You'll need to go to the top floor. They'll let you
Thank
up."
you.
As he waves you in, and you are hit as you pass through this. There's almost like a barrier here where it goes from the doom doom to you are hit with a solid wall of noise and lights, like a flashbang went off as you
Does
enter
Barry feel like he's
true
at home now?
Promethean dance club.
Barry feel like he's at home now?
The only person who feels like they're at home right now is probably Crystal.
I'm gonna send a picture of this to Clay. We'll have to take you here sometime.
You can just see the line of people as the door swings, and he's just that sounds like my kind of party. But But as you guys walk in, there's a massive dance floor, lights flashing, music blaring. There's some DJ with like one of those oversized spherical heads there with like the random bits popping off of some popular cartoon character going on the fucking like overcomplicated soundboards up top. Glow sticks flying around the room, drinks being slugged, chugged, everything. This is a sensory overload nightmare. But you do see, in the back, where he pointed, another similarly sized man standing there guarding a staircase.
Is it
Sorry,
his brother?
not a staircase, it would be a lift.
First guy's brother.
As you guys walk on there towards that, I'm assuming this is a rush. You guys are going to make hasty progress to where you're directed. You run past a bar where there is easily like 10 bartenders working this huge circular bar. It's like I said, there's literally like a whole circle, actually, I guess, kind of more centralized in this club of people just mixing, pouring drinks, showing off, flipping the mixers. You run past all of that. That's not important right now. You have a goal. You get to him, and he looks down at you, and he also reaches into his vest and pulls out another comically tiny clipboard and lifts it, shuts it, puts it back in. It just lifts the velvet rope that is in front of the lift. Waves you on, you all hop on, lift goes up. And up here, you're on a second floor balcony. It is not like a floor straight across like that's covering all of this. You guys can look down, see the mix of dances. Somewhere along the way, Terry fucking vanished. He rolled a 36 on his stealth. So Terry does not exist as far as you guys know right now.
Do we notice that he's just not there, or?
I feel like it's just one of those things that until you turn to talk to him, he probably wouldn't be there. But then you're all on the elevator and wait, we're one head short.
Barry just kind of texts Terry, "Mind grab me a few beers whenever you pop back up again."
And you guys get up top. And up here are private booths basically set off. They're not full-on rooms, but they're little semicircle enclosures set back some as you're walking past. These are the nice seats of this area. The velvet seats, all smooth. Everything up here is a drink with alcohol, at least in the triple digits for costs. As you walk past people in the high ends of fashion, the cybernetic enhancements for showing off. It is another dazzling display of wealth that you guys are really not in usually. You see everything from businessmen to just people showing off to obvious escorts, everything along the way. And you get directed towards the end, shuffling down, where standing in front of it, waiting for you, is Mr. Cinder himself. The big brick of a man. Was there during the, handing you over to Apollo. And he sees you come up off the elevator, and he makes eye contact with all of you, and he simply holds his hand out to gesture to the booth sitting next to him.
My manic energy is suppressing violent urges.
Fair. Going down along the way, you see sitting there is just very simply the kindly old man you saw earlier, seeming to enjoy himself and kind of doing that little shimmy dance in the chair. Just kind of bobbing along, he's just enjoying the music. And the other person with the oversized hoodie there, flipped up all over the way. You see them, they want to look like they're mildly dead on side. But now they look kind of curious, hey, these guys showed back up.
Also, I'm pretty sure if anyone was able to tell, oh hey, this isn't fake, it'd probably be them.
And then you get to sit down, and you just hear them, the older man, he goes, well, it's good to see you guys made it back. Glad to see that the Lance did not manage to do what they wanted. Ooh, sorry, I slowed myself down. I gotta, the music's just really nice to enjoy. So, I heard you have a request. Would you care to share?
Yes, a request. it's nice seeing you again, first of all. Um,
Lovely.
but before I get to that, I just need to make something clear. If that makes it's fine.
Please clarify.
Oh dear.
Your contract with the Lance and slash Mansion is done with now. Correct?
Absolutely. I got paid.
You've been paid, you've did what they asked you to do and all that.
Yeah, I just turned in a bounty. There is no, long-standing connection, if that's what you're asking.
That is exactly what I'm asking. Thank you.
It was a bounty turn-in that was nothing more, nothing less. Sorry for the terrible rudeness of it all, but you do understand around 8 billion is such a number.
It's a hard number to pass up.
Quite
I can
enjoy it.
understand that. Wait, you only got 8 billion?
5 for you. 3.2 for... well, the lady that does not seem to be here.
I gotta say, we are worth way more than you. So they undercut you by quite a bit.
That's quite alright. I find being greedy gets you cut out quicker.
That's fair.
But we're not here to argue over your worth and value. Obviously, it is being underestimated. What is your request?
Initially, I was coming to you to ask you to, fire a hacker for a task.
Mm.
Now
He just
things have...
says...
Carry on.
Nope, I was gonna say he just was like, sorry, I was making the... I was gonna say he's pouring drinks, and he's pouring drinks in a cup for everybody.
Things have slightly changed a bit. How do you feel about Mansion as a whole?
I think, as he finishes pouring and he slides one across, that everybody thinks the difference between a gang and a corporation is bigger than it really is.
In that case, how do you feel about working on a job with us?
Well, I have no hard feelings with you, if that helps.
Specifically, we're targeting Anshin. Or an Anshin base, rather.
Sorry, I just saw Discord.
Barry just kind of
I have
snorts.
no idea what's going
Well-
on over there.
Hey.
I'm afraid I'd have to ask for the details, but snubbing the pretentious shitheads at the top sounds nice.
So he's giving us all drinks.
Yeah, he gave everybody drinks.
Barry just kind of takes and just like, yep, this is happening. Not saying a word though.
So, please expand. I really need some more details before I agree to anything. You must understand. I need the request to appropriately judge the compensation. Sorry if it seems a bit clinical there.
No, that's fair. You shouldn't be doing anything if it's not worth it to you.
Exactly.
Anshin have taken some people from me, and I want to get them back. I know where they are now.
One
I would
hard
like
part
some
checked off.
assistance breaking into their location.
I see where the hacker comes into play here.
It is a
Well, I'm
highly
afraid-
armed building, but I do have a deactivated version of the chip they use to monitor their security. Which is a starting point.
I feel like you're not telling me the wholeness of what I need.
Yeah, am I not? Then what exactly are you looking for?
Well, first of all, you wouldn't come asking me for anything. I think we've seen from those videos you're quite capable. And there's only a handful of places I can think of that would make you scared to go after. Or at
Mhm.
least enough to set aside an old grudge over, attempted murder and traitor stuff. Backstabs and all that.
Honestly, I think it's more due to the fact they're about to gonna be mutated into horrific monsters.
Times, for instance, then.
Yeah.
Where
yeah.
are they at? Please.
Oh. Give the name of that base, because I don't remember it.
Direct it. Literally, it's like, Anshin, head research lab, basically. And you see him, like, he doesn't, like, mess up his drink that he was taking, but you do see that flicker of, like, surprise in the eyes of, like, oh, shit, for just a moment. Well, that's quite the undertaking. I
They're
must
just up
say.
this side, just kind of lifts the drink up, cheers, drinks more of it.
He pours the second one. He pours another one for everybody. So, yes, I do believe here. I'm going to turn it over to our friend here a little bit. We're going to need to see how much this will cost, where you need to get into it, how high you need to go, how complete do you need access here.
Considering it's one of Murmur's, would I know where I need to go in that building to get?
Between the fact that a CEO is literally the CEO and the head of the research division, probably damn near the top. You've heard rumors that supposedly the top couple floors are literally are Murmur's penthouse suite, basically. But underneath that is where everything else starts, so you'd have to go pretty high up.
Considering we're not there yet, and they might need to go to some problem, I would need access at least enough to get to some of their top level labs.
That's a mighty hefty fee. You asking for a mighty hefty job.
For
Well,
help,
he's
we
going
can
to learn.
subsidize some of the fee with things we can collect while we're there. I'm sure Ancient has a lot of useful and unique things.
He's going to turn to look at his assistant. Well, do you think you could get them in? And he looks back. You see the guy thinking, like he's literally going over, like running numbers in his head. You see him punching buttons on his like little device, rapid fire going through stuff. You can see a little bit of the screens there, and they're just cycling at a high speed as he's trying to figure something out. And eventually, he looks over at you, looks over at you, looks over at him, the elderly man here, and just gives a nod, like just one quick, yeah, I think we can. He says, nods, and he says, well, to an extent. Well, how difficult are we thinking? And he types in a few more, and he sends it. He slides it over to his echo device over to the older man, and the older man just leans back with like a whistle, like at the price tag. Well, this is going to be pretty expensive. I was right. That's a big number. That's a lot of zeros. Do you have a good handful of money? Because I do want to make one thing very clear. This will be expensive in money, but it won't be just money. This is a big risk for me and my organization. We're going to be directly antagonizing one of the main forces in this galaxy. So, here's my offer. In the future, known Vault Hunters such as yourself, very capable, will owe me 2 favors and a down payment of 400 million. And we can get you access to near the top to an extent, although your acting skills may be put to the test.
$400 million. vital.
It is.
Would you like anything else?
Nope,
Exchange
just
for that
the
amount.
favors be called. That money. No, I think that's where I'd start my offer. Did you have something in mind?
As you as well as we are effectively vault hunters.
Indeed.
Since we dive into vaults occasionally.
Indeed.
Vaults tends to have rather unique and interesting creatures and objects and, typical gubbin.
Mm-hmm.
So, could I offer you something from one of those? From our next vault, perhaps? Or our next couple vaults? In exchange, instead.
You know what? Make a persuasion check.
I have a thing with persuasion. I don't know what that thing is, but I remember.
I believe it's you can't roll lower than an 8.
Oh, that's a thing? Okay.
Is there anything
Maybe
you can aid him in this help auction?
How would you contribute to the situation?
I don't know.
Please don't give him disadvantage.
Wait, what?
You can hold up the
Let's see if we
hammer
don't
and be
get him
like this
disadvantage.
thing.
Yes, visible reminders that we are powerful.
No,
vault
that
hunters.
came out of the
Yeah.
vault. That is a vault relic.
Quickly, do the little finger disappearing twitch. Convince them you're another siren.
Ah. I already know my special ability. I explode. How? Who the fuck knows? I've got nothing.
How long has it been for us outside?
You guys are not talking very quickly. Getting inside probably took about a total of 5 to 6 minutes just because walking around, filtering through the cloud, pushing up top. I'd say like 10 to 15 at least. Probably closer to 20. Because we've been talking a minute.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume it would be a normal.
Yeah, just flashing it about whether it'd be the best. Or is that what you actually question? Is that what you are doing? Is like waiting it about? Like trying to gesture to it to like show off the relic?
My relic?
Yes.
No, I
That
didn't do it.
suggested thing.
No.
Okay, then no. I guess. Then I guess continue.
No, I barely didn't think. I barely couldn't think of anything the way to gonna help. And he's special, modest, special religious artifact he fucking found. Not
Yeah.
about to gonna possibly be up for grabs.
Please continue the roll then, Tad.
I had
Someone
a
else
roll.
wanna go and help?
I don't trust it, so I'm going to
Not-
use my reaction to reroll.
Not
I'm a
really.
laws here.
What? Wait, what?
What?
Dragon siren thing. I have a reaction reroll. Persuasion checks.
Really? I thought that was limited on things.
I think that's specifically for dragons.
Which, in fairness, dragons aren't a thing, and there's no
Charisma,
different story there.
intimidation, or a charisma persuasion check.
Your old ingredient counts.
You're
You
old and greedy. You
I
know,
think Eric's
I
got a
like
good
that
point there.
I like your
Like-
argument. We'll iron out that ability later if it actually has
Yeah.
a feature. Go for it now. That's too good of an aspect.
It's once per long rest. Sorry, 24.
24. Okay. Okay. 24. With a 24, he'll do this. Alright. You've proven that you're pretty capable in this situation. So here's what my new offer is. The 3 favors. 200 million. And then you'll pay off the other 200 in artifacts as time goes on. However, if you do not provide a steady stream to supplement your debt, I will send collectors.
Barry has a moment of pause where he just thinks, we're gonna send debt collectors after us. Bitch, what are they saying about killing you all? Doesn't say this. He doesn't say this, but there's just like a pause. Sorry, I couldn't resist. No, this is sad.
Well,
I hope you're aware 200 is a lot to just have on your person.
it is.
Maybe for like an insight check or something, is like they're like a. Is that just like an absurd number that's pulled out of their fucking? Well, not really pulled out of half. I mean, is that like a number that they had even dealt with before? Yeah, intelligence. It's like that might. Like they might be thinking they're going to go into big release now. Or,
Go ahead, make an intelligence check.
well, you fucking got nothing, man. I got 2.
That's fair. 2's enough for this. You're asking his help to break into a company that values money in the trillions and owns multiple companies?
Yeah.
Planets.
Sorry, this company owns multiple planets? So...
Oh no! You misunderstood. I wasn't the goal for them. I was more for the gang itself. Like, would they've even dealt with this amount of money before? It's just like
this is probably a step up into the next tax bracket of mercenary work for everybody here.
I mean, for us, yeah. It's like
they got paid. They got paid billions for what they just did.
Above table. It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
We'll just kill them all later.
I'll be honest, I was casting it up, but it'd be bad for our reputation.
Who gives a fuck?
But they're asking for this amount now. That's
our wonderful
my problem.
reputations.
At least that's what it sounds like. They're asking for this amount, 200 million.
200 million is the down payment now.
Yeah.
Which I don't think anybody's fucking has. And that'd be a big ask for Nessa. But she's trying not to, use that fucking card of hers.
Are there any food vendors around, by the way, down near the club? Just street food?
Absolutely, there's some street food you can get it. I'm going to say... Yeah, you can probably get some easy street food. A variety of things. There's some like little taco stands that are just making some quick small ones. There's a takoyaki over on the other side. There's a variety of things over here.
Got any sweets?
Sweets. I'd say there's probably at least some sweets. You find one of those stands that like spreads out the cream on that like very like what is it? The like frozen pad, and they turn it into those little rolls.
Have a little, frozen dessert while we're waiting.
Fair.
Unless Terry's secret money stash is a lot more than what we think it is, Thaddeus, we'd probably have to go utilize Nessa's family.
We get off the papers.
Well, then that's an angle you could go. But as far as pure money goes, it doesn't exist.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's a few ways we can go about this.
toss the brick guy through a window, dangle the old guy over the ledge, and say, "Do it now, or I will drop you." No?
I
Okay.
mean, kind of, yeah.
No, we're not there yet. That's why I'm not talking.
Yeah. That's why Barry's not saying shit either, because Barry's a bit of a blunt instrument here.
It's all on Crystal at the moment.
Barry apparently Bertram get involved. It's about to go very violent, very fast.
Listen, Bertram was on board with the fucking ship ramming if possible.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So let's pull it back a little bit here. Crystal, how would you like to continue?
I am working on. Okay, fine. Backup plan in the back of my mind.
Yeah, you should be doing that. So you've raised it from 2 favors to 3 favors. So you just let me bump you up to 4?
No, I think I need some. I think you've gotten another deal out of this. Just bumping it up to 4 won't quite give me what I want.
I mean,
Do you
there's
need
4
some
favors from a
immediate-
siren.
It is, but I already have 3, and I just need a little bit of on the ground starts. This is quite the risk.
Didn't you just go and cash in our bounties?
I did.
There's a fair amount of cash flow right there. It's not that you
And
need
now you're
immediate
asking me
money
to
right
spend a fair
now.
amount of it on you.
Yes. Or that you want a fair amount. Fair.
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
This is an angle I thought I'd be going to today, but I
Okay.
thought to consider it. How high up was I in that organization before I ditched it?
Not super. You were better than most, but
But not super high, not corporate level. My
not
point
very,
of
very not
reasoning
super high in the corporate.
was, would I have had access to, or ever
Bank accounts?
had access to, a bank account, so I can give them a routing
We need
number, or what type of bank
You
they
gonna do a
use.
bank account? Do we need to do a bank robbery?
You would have had access to yours, but it would have been basically you got paid. It's like direct deposit.
I wouldn't have had access to company funds.
No, not for your stuff. Company funds were usually in the form of you got there and had stuff ready for you, rather than giving you liquid money, like liquid cash flow to take care of it.
Are we about to have a bank heist scene after
I do
this?
respect that move, though. That would have been a really good
Yeah.
one. That was something they would have done. I don't think you were high enough up to get like a very much that.
I had to hope I had something for like business expenses or something.
You got comp
I mean,
stuff if you spent your money.
They aren't technically entirely necessary for this, though.
If you'll give me a
There are other ways in.
send some messages. See how I can. See what I can do for you.
Feel free. I am in no rush.
Hmm.
And he pours himself another drink.
First message.
Yeah, they're not-
Hey, you have any way to getting like $200 million? I'm sending the same message to Goose.
Goose.
Ghost from the bar and the keepsake, I assume.
Yeah.
Hey. Fingers together.
Barry goes and types in a message to Crystal. They aren't actually entirely necessary. There are other ways around this that don't involve them in this absurd amount numbers. We can find
It is
another way
a-
in.
Very big imposing organization.
That's a very big number.
It's an understandably big number.
Yes, but it's a big number we can't match without, well, debts. Lots and lots of debts.
Hmm.
Even then, we're
She's
going
gonna
to be in
message
debt.
back.
Hold on.
200 million? Really?
That's it. That's
They were
all.
originally asking for 400 million, but 200 million is what they've brought it down to. And
Pocket
three-
change.
Is this in like the group chat? Please let this be in the group chat.
No, I'm sending it to Nessa.
Okay.
Just send this.
Barry is just messaging you
Yeah.
as well.
That's a lot more expensive than a plane. Or tickets. Or food.
Does she get this while she's eating?
Yes, this is
Yes.
pretty much is.
Is it just 200,000? Like no other things?
200 million.
200 million?
Oh wait. Hold on.
Same number for her.
Barry puts a
Eris over here.
message into a chat with with the group, but also Crystal and Jessup specifically. Hey Nessa, would your brother possibly be interested in any of the stuff that Anshin has in there, or would he be willing to instead just cut these guys out entirely and help us, have your brother help us instead? As Anshin is in fact one of their business rivals, and also they're threatening to stick a giant monster on your guys' headquarters.
They
I
are
don't
here
think that's
and
the type
now,
of thing
and we
that
are short
Evans
on
would
time.
do.
What do you say, Arik?
They are here and now, and we are short on time.
Yeah,
Also, he doesn't have access or anything.
he's the head of freaking
Is it
Jacobs,
Glenn?
isn't he? Or really high up
no.
in Jacobs still.
No.
That doesn't mean he has any
Do
access
I
to
have
Anshin.
stock?
Because you
Yeah.
have a lot, but you don't really. I don't think you have access
Matt,
to
are
it.
you
Remember?
muted on purpose?
Yeah, we're in a similar room right now, so I'm trying not to echo.
Okay, gotcha.
Like, aren't you technically the heiress? But then they kind of
Yes.
said no.
Do I have like stocks and bonds? I can pay him in stocks and bonds that you can use in 30 years' time.
Just crash the marketplace a little bit.
Probably. Oh,
Oh.
Listen,
Insider trading the
invest in-
fuck out of this.
invest
just
into
rob a
these
bank or
companies. They're
something?
going to need to rebuild this building after
Okay.
we destroy it.
you just rob a bank or something.
Do I just wire you the money?
No, seriously. Would you actually have access to this amount of money? Like, you probably wouldn't, would you?
Nessa?
Maybe.
Yes.
Not very often, no. They're
Not very
definitely gonna
often.
notice this one.
Oh, and Goose.
Not very often. You've done this before.
No. My account usually doesn't get used, so they're definitely they're gonna notice this.
The check will clear
Okay.
before they can stop it.
Okay, but seriously, can we ask your brother though, Nessa? Because they might actually be a better option though.
I don't think he is a better option. You don't know my brother.
No,
He would not do anything.
First answer there.
He would not do anything to make himself look bad.
She's typing in all caps.
Typing it on
Why
caps.
would that make him? Why would that make him look bad?
Invading an entire company.
Invading our entire company. That's his main rival company.
It wouldn't be Jacob's officials doing anything. They just need to.
He is a Jacob official.
Yes, he's not the one I'm not asking for him to invade with us. I'm just saying do the hacking or have his people do the hacking.
We don't
Whoever
have
we need
hackers. We're a gun
sure the
company.
I'm pretty sure the Jacobs people company could.
Listen,
Also,
the way
Nessa,
they hack open doors is they shotgun the lock and kick it down.
why don't we just go do that then? Let's go massive.
These
Let's
are-
go.
This is their
Go
main
fight the
research
entire
building.
thing.
These locks are a bit more than our shotguns can handle.
Pay the money.
They have a lot of
It's a
turrets.
lot
They
of
have a lot of
money. Also, we're
fences.
gonna be in. Also, Nessa, this isn't even. This isn't the down payment. This is gonna be. They're gonna be in their debt for a long time after this as well.
Not me.
The entire group.
No, not me. I paid my part.
I'm uninvolved in this conversation.
You're what?
Uninvolved in this conversation of debt.
I'm just
I'm
looking
waiting
at
for a
the
response from
minutes
Houston.
tick
So
away.
Can I Venmo them money?
that's what I'm
So we
doing.
going loud.
I agree.
You
Let's
need
just
a bank
go in
account
loud.
to wire it to.
I partially agree as well.
And-
This is all in text, mind you. I agree as well
Yep.
there, Alistair. The problem is we need to be able to get them out. That's what this would
I
be
need a bank
providing.
account
We
number.
can't do a full stealth thing. That's not going to happen, not with this group. But
To Crystal.
We can
And
get
only
people
Crystal. I need a
out.
bank account number.
Create a big enough hole.
I agree.
And blow the base up afterwards. Bring it down on our way out.
I'm on the wrong character right now.
Crystal, did you catch Nessa's bit?
I did send she needs a bank account number. I was just waiting for the things in the other chat to quiet down. See what everyone's consensus was, what everything wanted to do.
Just was checking.
It's always more aggressive negotiations, but I don't think that'd work very well. I mean, it'd work in the short term, but I don't think it'd work very well in the long term.
Well, okay.
I'm not the one who's making the decisions, though. This is all on Crystal. Crystal's the one who's making the final call. We're just talking.
Because we're accepting this deal. What type of services would you provide?
Gonna look over at his the buddy there in this hoodie. The hoodie's gonna look at you. Says, "I'd give all of you a subcutaneous chip that would get you access clearance inside, and the elevator as high as I can go, which should be close to the top, if not there. We could provide disguises, as in the sense of just general aware that would make sense to where you're going. And possible interaction with the feed, but you would have to give me. You would have to plug something in. You would have to give me an in somewhere in the computer system if you wanted any assistance with the cameras.
So using something like this, show off my little one-time use camera, do that.
Yes.
Oh, I need much better than that.
Eh.
Oh, the hack do that, not even the camera do
Don't
that.
worry, I can give you the device you need to attach to the security system, but you will have to get it attached to the security system. And even then, I will not be able to just control the whole tower. I might be able to influence the camera some. And on the list, I understand that doesn't sound like a lot, but I need you to understand what I'm getting you access to.
Make the
There's a
doors
high
open and the
speed
turrets
building.
not shoot at us.
That's a lot
Correct.
of help.
However, handling the guards, convincing them of anything that they find suspicious is going to be entirely on you.
Sounds cool. Alright. Let's do that.
Alright, wire the money to this, and he will put a number. He will send a number, and it'll ping on your Echo.
And send it off to Nessa.
Okay. Nessa, you get the bank number.
Nessa's gonna send over the funds.
All right. You guys sit there for a few minutes, and then he looks up, gives a nod, and he goes, "Well, lovely working with all of you. The payment has been made. I look forward to receiving the rest in the future. I'll get in contact when I wish to collect my favors."
Someone at the Jacob's Treasury just spilled their beer.
Somebody at the Jacob's Treasury just inhaled a granola bar into their left lung.
What does the hacker think about the fact that this payment comes from the fucking Jacobs company, pretty much? What do you
Great
think about
question. But anyways, he will say he's going to reach into one of his hoodie pockets, pull something out, hand it over to Crystal, plug that into any of the security systems that you can get into. The higher access, the better. I'll see what I can do to help with cameras. Mr. Cinder here will direct you. I'll have an assistant come up in a moment and direct you to an area where he can get some disguises for you, something to maybe change the pattern of your face enough so facial recognition won't just ping your bounty.
Thank you. Before we get going,
And also
For my
down
own
there, I
record.
should add, get ready for some painful shots into your hand.
do I need a new chip?
Yes.
I already have a chip.
Your old one is tied directly to your biometrics. If you scan it, it'll register Crystal entering the building.
Good point.
I'll have to program new biometrics and security clearances for you. They will give you the shot and inject the chips down below.
Okay.
Matt, I just thought of something. The idea that the Jacobs, that if they're monitoring her account, they just saw as like she just bought like 2 ice cream cones and then spent 200 million.
They were really good ice cream cones.
Nessa
when
just,
you
That was a
don't-
hell of a tip.
Nessa
Okay,
just
what
no,
you
bought
don't
that ice
see
cream
is it was
company.
labeled as Entertainment 401 Candy. With an I.
Nessa just bought an
I
ice cream
think it's more
company,
like
possibly.
somebody when she paid for this thing. She paid for the ice cream cone, and they just like fucking fraud or something. And now they're all like, did somebody just steal her card or something? Type
They're
thing.
definitely gonna think I got mugged at the ice cream shop.
Yes. Yes.
Anyways,
Excellent place for muggings.
yes, the best.
Do you know the ice cream man? He mugged me.
Imagine that.
And you see one of the waitresses, you'll be like sitting right there, and then you hear a throat clear as one of the waitresses behind you in like nice dress pants, dress shirt buttoned up with like one of the vests over it. Hair shaved like back on one side, longer on the other, leaned down and says, you requested my services? To the older gentleman. He goes, yes, take these down to our costume array. They need some setup. It's like, just nods. Says, well, if you would all like to follow me, I will lead you to your room.
As I sing business with you, I stand up to shake Mr. Cinder's hand.
Mr. Cinder's hand?
I think that's who you said I was working with. I don't know who else
No,
talking
it's the
to.
The big,
That's
no,
the
Cinder's the
Ratchet
big
House.
security block guy.
Then who's ever I was talking to?
He's never given you his name, but he'll reach
I
across
know.
and say, yes, it was lovely doing business with you. I look forward to more.
Seems like I owe you 3 favors. Right?
Just
to me
200 million in
and
artifacts.
200 million.
But
Well.
I have faith you'll pay forth.
Did anybody else finish their drinks? Besides
Alex,
Mary?
I'm probably.
Renege on any debts.
Not slightly.
I didn't even touch my drink.
And if you guys are in a bit of a rush, she will lead you down. She'll lead you down back towards the lift you were at when you get on the lift. Stop me if you guys want to do something on the way, of course. I'm just describing this because, well, a bit of a rush for some people, I think.
Yeah. Worked amazing.
It's nice to
lead
see the
you back
stars
to the
out
lift.
in the day.
And she looks at her thing again as another thing pings off. It goes, I do believe we're supposed to be waiting for 2 more people, I was informed. She's the attendant says to the group. Would you care to bring them forth so we can get everybody equipped properly? Also, for context, in case you guys wanted to, she says 2 more people, but there are 3 people not here in this group.
They don't know about Terry.
They don't know about Terry.
So, what are you going to do about him?
Not find him until he wants you to.
Send a quick message to the group chat saying, I'm here to this location.
After about a moment, Terry just leans down on everybody's arms wide on 2 different shoulders. So, what are we doing?
Yeah, very good at that.
Good trick.
I feel like Terry can see the base in the air with the blind sight.
Well, Crystal, I think, just sold our souls to the fine gentleman over here.
Over there. That's not over here anymore.
Not the first time.
I don't suppose you have any. I don't suppose you got a drink on you, do you? This is gonna be a thing.
Hands you a bottle.
Thank you. Yeah, so 200 million.
Terry, you're good at fast and quiet. Crystal, you're competent. I'm good at fast and quiet. Terry's not. Tiny's not. Alistair,
Terry
how you
is
feeling?
surprisingly good at stealth, but once shit starts, he's no longer
I'm dividing
at
it
stealth.
into teams. Alistair, how you feeling?
And yeah, no, it's stealth.
I can go either.
We'll have you floating there. Nessa, whereas she's probably really good at hacking stuff, I don't think that she'll be too game for it. I guess that'll be down to the things that we get from the guy looking over at Crystal.
For you guys, I have to ask, are the 2 outside on the way inside?
If they sent us a message to go in, yeah, probably.
Okay, just checking.
Just take a last look at the... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, you would get cycled through quickly and see them waiting auto lift with somebody.
Yeah. Just take a nice look at the stars in the daytime sky, since it does that here. Unless it night cycled. That kind of comes and goes with a debris belt. Just have that moment of, just kind of stargazing, was starting to relax, ignore all the people around. People.
Alright, you walk inside. You guys both get hit with a pulsing wave of sound. And a bunch of people as you shuffle through the crowd over to the lift. And as soon as everybody hops on, the attendant turns and looks at you guys and goes, well, is that everybody we are waiting for?
Trying to avoid touching anyone on the way there.
Tricky, but doable. Well, if that is everybody, I will escort you the rest of the way, and the lift proceeds to just keep going down as you guys go below the dance floor. Opens up into a number of hallways where you see some people shuffling around, from repairmen to people with pushing supplies, crates of alcohol around. Leads you down a way, a couple of hallways over, and into another side room. Inside the room immediately is already a couple of people setting up. One of them is setting up basically an injector gun. Another one is fiddling with a couple of devices that go around the neck. The more tech savvy of you would recognize them. They're basically a hollow, a digiprojection. They'll put a fake face on yours, but because it's a slight digistruct, it'll actually register on scans. Another person is over in the corner preparing outfits. Then everybody comes in and says, welcome. We're going to start with the hardest part first. They're getting those ready. I would like all of you to line up so we can get your injections done. as everybody gets, how many people have ever had a needle go into like the meat of the palm where your thumb is at?
In real life or
Yeah,
character?
just out of curiosity, if you have a comparison here.
Yeah.
It hurts.
I do.
Peanut butter shot. That counts.
It
I was
hurts,
going to be
doesn't
peanut
it?
butter shot. Yeah.
We've had
So,
several needles.
Butter shot.
It really fucking hurts when they inject a chip into your palm, into the meat of your palm.
What is the peanut butter shot? Like, what's the
That's
name
the-
of the medicine?
That was the one that they like jabbed into the meat of our ass cheek, and then you had a room full of like 100 grown men, like kind of like curled up into a ball, rolling on their cheek because they said to do that.
Oh, what I was asking, like, the type of medicine it's called. It's like,
I don't remember.
It's called a peanut butter shot because it's like the consistency of peanut butter.
It was supposed.
Yeah,
it's one of the. Yeah, that's what we had to roll it to actually spread it through. But it's
Benzodiazepine.
It wasn't a medicine.
penicillin?
It was an It
BPG.
was a antibiotic for one of the diseases, or something like that, for potentially going
Fair.
overseas.
Bro. Thick needle injection into the palm. You guys are tough, you're used to pain, but that hurts like a motherfucker. And Tanya, your hands are not happy about an additional pain. As when the doctor goes to inject yours, they pause and look at that for a second and look up at you and like,
I don't think this will
you
work.
want something to bite onto?
Yes, please.
And they'll give you like a rubber mouth guard. And yeah, because besides the crack lines in it, your flesh is still flesh. And they shoot that in there and oh, that's a pain.
That's extra tender.
And everybody gets set up. And he watches they pull out a device, and basically watches they walk up to each one and beep, 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 and just update each of yours. You shuffle over, they will quickly ruffle you through, get everybody set up on different things, basically on different ones. They are setting you all up with a form of, like, more what you could see a researcher wearing in, like, some of them have the coats, some of them just have frumpy whatever. It's an odd mix of, like, sweaters, lab coats, cardigans, things like that. So, just as a variety to, researchers. Gives you a better chance of going up into higher labs. And they'll fasten you all up with a, one of those little collar pieces that goes onto your neck, kind of like a choker. Locks in, and they go, okay, whenever you get to where you need to go as you are approaching, decent ways off, because cameras, click this button here, they'll point out on one of them, it'll activate. And they're going to hand out a card to each of you. This is your identity for the next however many hours you need this. Please refer to it on your way to wherever you're going and memorize this. This will be important for you if you were questioned.
What's this color do?
This color obscures your face, so any facial recognition scans that run through will not ping you for your bounties.
Kind of like, look at me.
Yes. I'm aware of the challenge you presented, but I think what I've put together will obfuscate that.
Important question for Arik. Since they had a number discrepancy, does everyone still get a thing, or is somebody left out?
No, everyone gets a thing.
Okay.
Okay. You all have a few moments here to memorize this. Get all of your stuff down. I would suggest that you leave those folders here so that you're not found with them on your person, and good luck. So here's my question for y'all, because we're getting a little late. Is there anything you would like to do before arriving at the quarters?
I needed to ask what the name of that gang was before we left their base.
The name of the gang. Are you gonna ask one of
But
them?
the boss didn't give us a name, so I was going to ask them what their gang's name. Yeah.
It's the Bang Gang. Looking back.
Damn it.
Arik, funnily enough, I had messaged him at a Star Wars thing just a minute ago, too.
Yep. They would probably look
Same
at you
plan, Mach
just-
2.
Blow it the fuck up.
2.5.
I think as you ask different people, you might get a couple different answers.
It cuts you out, Matt.
Oh, fair, sorry. I think as you ask a couple of people, you might get a couple of different answers. One of them referred to it as the Tri-District Gang. Another one referred to it as the Continental. Another referred to it as... what was the other thing? Shit.
Big
I
iron
had
fat
notes.
shit.
Do what?
Yes, it's shit.
Yes, it's... And one of them just called it the gang. Another one is you get basically a variety of answers depending on who you ask. They all have an answer, and they all have a distinct thing to them, but they all have a different answer.
And they don't all. I'm assuming all of them have a different, or will not give me their boss's name. If I try to ask
Well, to
about
assume they know their boss's name.
it. Yeah. That's true.
If we try and squish them afterwards, they're going to be very hard you're going to do because they're going to be like Hydra and Marvel.
No, it's just literally the Star Wars thing.
So,
We don't have an asshole with a laser
I don't know.
sword. We don't have an asshole with a laser sword to cut a hole in the floor this time, though.
He's just
Yeah.
old this time. We can shove him out of building.
no, you have an asshole. with a laser.
No, we have the glaive, remember?
That works.
Close enough.
So,
Okay, the
anything
glaive.
else you guys would like to do as you
Before.
approach your deadlines?
Go over the actual plan whenever we've secured transportation and are heading there. Because this is not
Right,
a
you
stealthy
guys-
group as a whole. So we need to utilize this or everything's going to go wrong.
Okay.
So
I'm
You guys
ready
get on
to...
your stuff, memorize your things. We'll confirm names later. It's not important right now.
So, as per the actual group that's heading up there to try to get them out, I think I'm a viable candidate. I think Crystal's a viable candidate. Terry. And probably Alistair. But you are going to see the good doctor, so that might get a little wild. But hopefully, by that time, that's okay. Yeah?
You know what? I'm gonna die before we leave.
See? That's what I'm talking about.
Honestly, I'd prefer if we kind of broadcast. If we could, can we just go and destroy the entire thing on our way out? I think we feel
See,
better.
therein lies the other part. Barry, Tanya, Nessa. We're putting a lot of faith in the hacker's ability with the stuff that Crystal has there.
Mm-hmm.
You three, go find things that you want to not exist anymore. And have fun. Preferably at the same time as we're doing shit. You're gonna draw a lot of heat,
Idea.
but it'll take it away from us. And it, you know, it's more your forte than trying to sneak around.
That's a wonderful, wonderful suggestion. I like this plan. I like this plan a lot better than having to go and do your part of this plan.
We need to figure out how it is that we're actually exfiltrating. Get into contact with your guy, make sure that communication is well established. And then once we figure out some way to get everybody out of there, we need to get to that pickup location as quickly as possible. We're not going to sit here and fight. We are getting things and we are leaving.
I'll bullshit as much as I can and protect Nessa.
You don't even really need the bullshit. You're on the team that's going to pop the fuck off. You're going to need to deflect some bullets.
Oh no, I meant bullshit before things go off.
Yeah, that's just getting to where you want to go. Crystal, do you know of anywhere that they might want to head to first?
Do you know of anything anywhere important in that building?
Are we
Might have
stealing or
Hey, load
destroying?
Yeah, whatever
How
you
about
want to
in
do, really. Have
load-bearing
fun.
areas?
Everything in that building is important. Consider it this way: the higher the floor number, the higher the value.
They say that until the foundation crumbles.
Yeah. I want to go. Can I target the load-bearing structure and just make it go down?
I would say I
That's
don't think
easy.
you
Just
have
bring
enough
the 100th floor
bombs.
to the first floor. There you go.
Well, the thing is, he
You
has a
have-
magic device that excels in blowing up. If he uses that secret ability, it might have enough oomph in it.
You just level skip to the last level.
Flonk.
All the good shit.
I mean, that bit is gonna have to go and wait until we're on our way out, though, because
Well, that's fine. I'm just
you have to
telling
get
you.
your friend.
That might
Still,
be.
yeah,
Call Jeff.
yeah.
Call Jethro and
it's
tell
all-
him you're gonna blow something up. Don't give details. Just get advantage from him telling you structural weaknesses.
But is there anything
I
for
mean,
them to
already-
target first that they're aware of, so they have a general direction and you have a place to build out?
Really? Try to get anything of value. Take what you want. Destroy what you don't. Make
Have
sure they
Nessa
have-
get Nessa somewhere and disable like floor turrets and things like that if possible.
They
See
shouldn't
where
be
we go
shooting at
first.
you because of the stuff that the hacker got.
Ooh. Instead of disabling floor turrets, we go and set them against the other people.
They would shoot at us.
We're considered one of them at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, they're
If you can
also
find
gonna
their
be
server
disabling.
peaks and wipe
They're
them,
gonna be
that would
dis-
be great.
They're gonna be disabling the cameras and stuff. We won't be seen either. It'll just be the people that can physically see us.
We're gonna need a whole lot of healing items before we do this, by the way.
We have what we have.
We've yet to reach the thing yet, so we can probably make a pit stop to go and grab some stuff. And would any of you mind giving me your grenades while we're doing this? Just, you guys don't tend to go and use them very often, but I can use those. I can do so much with those.
How much are grenades here, Matt?
I'm checking. I think it's around
You
40.
stop by a vending machine and buy a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, because like Barry has his full grenades for right now, but
It's around 40 a grenade, I'm pretty sure.
We
Yeah, we
buy
get
some
three.
boosters.
We can hold what, 2 or 3 grenades?
3.
2 unless you have a mod. Barry and I have a mod.
then.
Yeah, I'll buy 2 grenades to pass them over to
Great,
Barry
let's
later.
get a mod.
Well, the mod, I said it wrong. It was whatever they're called. It's the things you buy from fucking Earl.
Storage
BDM,
deck.
Storage deck, yeah.
Yeah, I'll get 2 grenades to pass to Barry later.
$80.
Good enough.
Barry can make this work.
But you're okay with, hey, we're going to immediately split the party at the enemy base, because that's the best plan we can come up with. And it's actually
Well,
better.
I'm gonna have time to plan for it, so
Yeah.
yes. However, things may be a little wonky on the time, things may be a little wonky on initiative. I'll do my best. That's all I can promise.
They're going to be in enough of a thing where it's probably going to become passive. Instead
I'm
of
aware I'm thinking about
turns.
that. I'm just, like
Yeah.
I said, I got time to work on that. I'll try to figure that out to the best of my ability on how to handle that reasonably. But yeah, I'm good with the plan. I have time to plan.
We just need to steal 2 million worth of or 200,000, 200 million. There we go. Worth of assets to just be like, here's our debt.
Also, can Barry just, whenever we go to on our way there, can Barry just stop off somewhere to go and get random stuff to go and random assortment of stuff for explosives?
Well, technically, if you want to monkey paw them, you can give them. This is a good or morbid idea, but the more than likely you are gonna be there.
What?
Monkey paw survey. They said they wanted $200 million worth of assets.
So
Yeah?
How much money do you think they pumped into me?
Here you go, our small man friend.
No. Monkey paw situation. Probably more
Yeah.
mutants like me down there.
All right. How much
They
does
did
how much does a spaceship cost or something?
Deploy
Go ahead.
mutants
Yeah.
into their house.
Big range.
do you want to
We
steal a
we
spaceship?
captured their flagship and brought it right here just for you. Have fun. Funny. How's a spaceship cost? Just give him a spaceship. Alright, we're out. Peace.
Okay. Anything else you guys would like on the way? I would also like to say to the person trying to sneak in massive amounts of explosions, you are going in through security.
Hey Terry, you got any ideas about how to help me? About that? How to get this in through security?
I don't know what kind of security they got, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't normally mess with this. I am on Pandora.
I can
Yeah.
bullshit some. I can bullshit some stuff if needed.
How much money are you wanting to dump on the explosives?
I only have a few hundred left at this point. Actually, wait. Who said they're gonna be? Who'd carry 2 grenades for me?
Tanya.
Me, I already bought some.
I know. Okay. How many launcher can you hold in your storage deck?
Good question.
4?
I've never had them in my inventory.
Pretty sure I have 4. I can't remember if that's the.
Yeah, it
I
can be
if I
4.
upgraded that storage deck. Yeah, 4.
It can be 4.
Yeah. All right. So, how much would 4 launcher be? And
Launcher's 50 each, so 200.
Can Nessa
Yeah,
front the
200.
bill and top us off?
I'm pretty sure her card just got froze.
Unfortunately, the card is in fact froze after a $200 million draw.
Yeah. No, I just gonna spend the 200 on that and just have time to go and carry this for me.
Okay,
I spend
mark that up.
100 in random 100 in random pieces for stuff for explosives, like
Okay.
not necessarily actual explosive, but stuff to go and make explosives, or well,
Explosives.
explosive kit. Yes. Yeah, I
You're
already have
asking for
explosive kit. But
explosives. So yes.
yes, you know what I mean.
Okay.
I'm sure some scientists could. There's parts. Scientists use these parts all the time for experiments. I'm sure it'll be fine.
We'll see. All right.
God,
you buy shield boosters?
Like to temporarily overcharge your shield kind of thing, or to refill expend shield?
Refill.
Refill expend shield. You could.
And adrenaline stems equivalent to like speed potions.
Okay, that's going to be harder to find, and you guys are on a time limit.
No drugs. Only shields.
Shield stuff will just be kind of general coverage thing. Now you're asking for specialty drugs.
We can probably find some specialty drugs while we're in there.
Very likely.
The good shit.
So
Or
if you want
the
to find them, I'll say
questionable
you guys
shit.
can go find them, but keep in mind that'll take time away from things.
No, I was just trying to see if I could find.
Yeah. In this case, you guys are kind of short on time, which is your big detracting
That's
factor.
why he was trying to get speed potions.
I understand. I'm just saying.
It can be DIY. He doesn't care.
And you're part of stealth group.
Pretty sure his buddy. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just
Alright,
when we don't
muscle.
need to be stealth anymore, we book it the fuck out of there. I can
Yeah.
use like 3 to 6 at a time and just see everything move in slow motion.
I picture Alistair swapping from Schmeat with like the sickening limb cracks and everything in the middle of something,
So,
as just like Kid Rock starts to play and then he just jumps on someone's face.
all right, guys. Anything else on the way there? How many shield boosters?
How much do they cost?
Shield boosters doing the 2d6, but do the similar as a healing potion are going to be a bit cheaper at 50 a pop.
Let me get 3 of those and just 3 health potions.
Health potions are 70 a pop.
Health potions.
Oh, hold on. I ain't got that much money. Let's see how much I got. I got inventory.
Boosters are 50 a pop, and health potions are 70.
Correct, for the basic 2d6 plus 2s.
150, 210. Okay, I got it. I got just enough for that. 360.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Bertram,
I have health
in
potions.
theory, need
Why the fuck did I not use my health potions?
or want
know, man.
rather.
Really need to go back to Clutch's fucking
Right.
inventory.
Anything else, guys?
Just drink some of the old ones. They're getting a bit mean.
They gain
else
potency
before,
with age.
I think Bertram has an aneurysm and his eye permanently starts twitching.
We have a very
Thank you.
serious group, and then a group that's there just to go and turn off their brains.
Obviously, don't get caught or die. But go have fun.
The 2d6
I have a
healing?
2d6 plus 2. So,
I got a great ability to bullshit for Barry coming up.
cool.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
We'll talk after it's done.
Anything
That's
else
fine.
for any other prep items on the way there?
You'll give us our names later.
We're going to
buying-
decide the names before next session.
I'll tell you buying stuff later.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
Within a reasonable amount, I may just call it and say after a certain amount, it's just time frame for you, you know? Alright.
Alrighty.
I'm going to say as you guys load up, get in, you'll get a heads up from Dakin saying, escape, not secured yet, working on it, give us 30 minutes.
I text him our general plans for the night now. We're gonna have fun.
Make that 40. And as you guys get in this thing, get on the way there, as you guys approach, hop off. Tex will have to be bubbled for this situation to get inside. And start to approach. You're a ways off, like probably a good still 10 minutes out when you do. This is just a bit. You reach up, hit the button, activate it. We'll decide what y'all look like later. I'm very curious what your guys' disguise will be, but that's for next time.
Also, Turing is going elsewhere. I don't really care where.
Fair. Turing will wait nearby in the local city. With an echo net,
Yeah,
just to be like,
probably.
alright, whenever you send a message and I'll come.
Yeah.
So you guys approach right up, start walking the rest of the way in. As you guys approach, activate it, the crowd starts to get both thicker and thinner, and more people start to be heading into work, and rather than less just normal foot traffic. You can see the building from where you guys start, and as you walk closer, it seems to get bigger, 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 bigger. The main
Kill
research,
so many people.
the R&D department for Ancient is titanic. It is a massive complex that towers over the surrounding areas.
Do we have masks of any sort besides?
You have a holographic
thing.
mask. You can wear something underneath if you want. But I think it might get weird.
As you guys approach the building, get closer and closer, and by the time you hit up to the gates to go in, you have to crane your neck all the way back. You will start to get the sun hitting your eyes and seeing some of the meteors floating around the planet as you look all the way up, and you're barely catching the edge of the building as your neck just starts to catch a crick. The guards standing at the gate, people in front of you hitting their little palm on the thing, setting off a like a little scanning noise each time. Little pink. You look at the width of this building and realize you have a lot of area to search. You have a lot of places to go. Hopefully, within the hour or two, you've made it to the top and out. But your guys' attempt to sack the Tower of Anshin will have to wait for next week. At least, no, sorry, next session. I don't know if it'll be next week.
It's like, don't
unfortunately.
make any promises, man.
I stopped and realized.
Yeah.
So, until next time, where we stand in the looming shadow of a mega corporation. Good luck.
And I guess that's
Good
all
luck,
for now.
man.
So goodbye.
That's all.
Bye.
Bye.
Trillions
now.
of dollars of damage.